Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. On to the next chapter of Milwaukee Bucks basketball, and it starts with last night's NBA draft. The Bucks making 2 selections in the first round of the 2026 NBA draft last night. Well, technically one officially. With the 10th overall pick, they select Arizona guard Braden Burries. And then the 13th pick, which they reportedly have acquired from the Miami Heat, the Bucks set to get the rights to Nate Ament, forward from Tennessee. Plenty to review from those draft picks, including what ESPN's NBA draft experts think of both of them. Check it out over at ESPN.com. Baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers win last night in Cincinnati 2-0 over the Reds. Back-to-back nights, Brewers starting pitchers named Brandon goes 6 innings, allowing just 1 hit, no walks, striking out 10. How about that?
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Our very first guest in the history of Wilde and Tausch, which will be, I'm sure, a long and distinguished history.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Aaron Rodgers, give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say daily 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
And then what happens?
No, then Tausch kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The Wednesday edition. And what a lineup. I mean, obviously the star of our program, Packers Hall of Famer, is here, and so are Jesse and me. But scheduled to appear edition. Brian Balaga, Owl. Crazy Uncle Homer. And soccer dad, America's soccer dad, fellow Packers Hall of Famer, and probably worthy of the Yingling Legends line moniker instead of just the guest hotline moniker, Antonio Freeman, whose son Alex scored a goal in the USA's Game 2 win at the World Cup. They have 1 game left against, how do I say Turkey now, Jesse?
That's Turkey A.
Turkey A, before they head into the knockout round edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and of course everything you need on the ESPN Wisconsin app, which you can find both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. The aforementioned Jesse Nelson is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from his undisclosed location, he is the Packers Hall of Famer. He is Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, buddy. How you guys doing this morning?
I don't want to speak for Jesse. I'm great. Excited to talk to Free. Talking to the Packers head coach later today, scheduled to occur as well. So got a lot on my plate. I'm very excited, but should be a fun day assuming everyone
Where
actually.
are you going to talk to the head coach? Is it a one-on-one exclusive?
Yeah, he's coming over to the Haas. We're going to play a little ping pong.
I believe
I'm not
you.
Sure yet where we're having this
I
conversation?
don't believe Jason on that.
You don't believe
But
that
it's
we're
an
going to play ping
exclusive.
pong?
No, I don't. It's a one-on-one exclusive, though.
I'm doing a piece for Madison Magazine on him.
Are you going to record it so that we can play the full thing as an exclusive interview on Wilde and Tausch?
I am going to record
but-
it, Jesse. So I would never
So
not
did
think
you add
of this
another
show.
job to your resume?
As I know you already know, because Brian Burns is a good friend of both of ours, Morgan Murphy Media not only...
No, I understand that, but listen, you could be on 60 Minutes. That doesn't mean you're on the Today Show. So are you now a correspondent for Madison Magazine?
I am writing a piece for Madison Magazine, and it's my hope that perhaps there'll be more opportunities to write for said publication in the future. Yes.
Okay.
But they, again,
So
it is under the...
Just so I want to make sure we're clear, because we're 10 years into this. You booked Matt LaFleur on your Madison Magazine correspondence.
It's not...
and
He's
we
not...
may or may not.
No.
We may or may not get some for our show. I just want to make sure
I'm
we're
definitely recording it. That I can guarantee you.
Okay.
And I have booked him on our show as well, but this was specifically for that. I intended to record it so we can use some of it should we choose to do so.
Is this going to be
it's
more
kind
of
of the reverse
personal
double dip.
flair? Is this more personal, where you're going to be like getting
it is.
shots? Madison Magazine's more. I
Yes.
would say it's. And I'm not going to downplay Channel 3000, but I would say I'm feeling like it's going to be more. You're sitting at his lake house, sipping on a margarita. He would be, and just telling you about his lawn and that type of thing. Or are you going to be breaking down Packer film and the roster and all that stuff?
It is not football centric. It is more personality based.
Manicure centric.
Eyebrows.
Manicure.
Definitely eyebrows in this
I
one.
will. I'm not going to lie. I do have a question about that on my list. I'm going to save that toward the end, just to make sure that I've got
Personality.
enough.
You just said personality based. So what are you trying? Give us a little taste, since we're not going to be there. Give us a little taste of some of the questions that you may ask him, and I like this game. I'll be Matt LaFleur, and we'll just kind of see how this
Oh
goes.
dear. So you're telling me now that you want me to test run some
Just
of
a
my
couple of
questions for
questions. Yeah,
him?
I just want to kind of get a vibe, because as we hear in the 10 o'clock hour, you've obviously gotten a lot more comfortable with Matt LaFleur. So I'm assuming these questions will be very, I'm thinking somewhat personal, right?
Yeah. I mean, for example,
There we go.
obviously you were very close with your dad. My relationship not quite the same as yours with Denny. Matt LaFleur's dad, old ball coach, at practice all the time, lives at Titletown with Mama LaFleur, so he's around all the time. So I want to explore how his dad coaching influenced him, as now both Mike, his brother, and Matt are both head coaches in the NFL. So that's one
question. Okay.
line of questioning. I am going to ask him how Bree, his lovely wife, handles so many female Packers fans finding him so handsome.
Oh, okay, that's a good question.
That's going to be further toward the end too, because I want to make sure I have enough.
You're going to ask her how the
material
team
first.
plans to finish games in the second half this year, too?
I
That'd
have
be
not.
nice.
I've asked him about that. I don't need to do that in this. So, and the other thing, I want to ask him about his golf game, because our mutual friend Sean Rizacek plays golf with him all the time. I don't play with Sean because I don't play golf, but I want to talk to him about that. So I'm kind of start there. I also, if there's one thing that I think people in my personal life view me through a certain lens, it's that it's all about Madison, Sydney, and Paula, and the dogs and cats, of course. And so I am curious, because I I couldn't be an NFL coach for a number of reasons, including a lack of knowledge, obviously. But I really couldn't do it given the sacrifices you make. Yeah, they make a ton of money, and their kids have all kinds of fun toys and whatever else. But I mean, they miss out on so much, and I'm curious how he manages that because his boys are sometimes at practice, but as one dad to another, that would be the deal breaker. As I've told before. Got a really good relationship with Adam Stenovich. You played with him briefly, about around the midpoint of your career. I see him at a volleyball tournament or at a track meet, and it's every time it's like the first time he's gotten to see his kids compete all season, and it's just I wouldn't be able to do that. So kind of want to go down that road. So I've got a few different avenues. I don't think
are you going to do the photography? Because this is going to be cover shot. This will be a cover shot on Madison Magazine. This will be covered up. Are you going to do the cover shot, or who's doing the photography?
I believe we're going to use the same AI sourcing that AFC Richmond Analytics used, where the Jeff Halfley looked like a cross between Matt LaFleur and Jeff Halfley. And the Joe Barry looked like Ron Zook.
Just wait a second. Just wait a second. Aren't you fancying yourself as a photographer? You fancy yourself a photographer. It's one of your hobbies. You've told our audience that.
Yeah. I just want to. First of all, I'm not thrilled that we're discussing this. Not because I'm concerned. Why? Because I want to make sure it happens. Like there's
what do you mean?
Because. There are interviews that are scheduled that sometimes don't occur.
Scheduled to appear.
Just like Antonio Freeman is scheduled to appear at 11:15. Now that we've explained time zones to him, which apparently is the same issue that Tausch has.
In fairness, neither of us knew about this Madison Magazine. You brought it up.
Right, but I didn't bring it up to discuss
If that was the case,
further.
you probably wouldn't have brought it up. Right?
No, I was just trying to stay with the theme of a lot of important people to talk to today, including you.
No photographer for the magazine piece. He's an interesting.
No, you gotta have. Jason needs to take. You need to take. Granted, if this happens, scheduled to appear, you need to take your camera. You need to get it because I envision this where
like Zoolander.
I don't know what. No, yeah, I think it's gonna be. He's a big wine guy. I think he has a glass of wine. But I don't know what he's going to try to get out of this. Because obviously he's doing this because you guys are friends. Otherwise he wouldn't do it.
We have a good relationship, yes.
Is he going to... No, you guys are good friends. You guys would be...
He's called you in bed.
What do you mean?
Friends.
You guys are... You talk to you in bed, dude. Like, you guys are boys.
Again, for those who did not hear that episode of this show... Because not everyone listens every day. We were not in the same bed. I called him.
No, we didn't say you guys were sleeping together.
No one said that.
That would be.
I understand. I just want to make sure.
That would break some records for Madison Magazine if you did that.
Indeed,
that would be something.
Perfect for the June issue. So, let's move on.
I think you should walk over with that big old camera around your neck as you go in to interview him. That's what I think. And then you should say, "Hey, Matt, why don't you go up by the pool?" And we'll snap some shots by the pool.
I have never been to his home. I don't really want to go to his home. It's good. We'll get it. We'll get it figured out. All right.
The office shot in his leather chair with like a Manhattan in his hand.
Yeah, or a Manhattan.
Yeah.
Like big oak.
Like a little more rugged. I think.
Yeah.
I'm guessing LaFleur wants a little more ruggedness with his persona. So I would recommend him not having like a little glass of wine with the finger deal. I think he needs to go bourbon, like J.R. Ewing back in the old days. Hey, Jason, I know you don't drink. You want a mix up a little mocktail? And then he's got the little drink stand that he's mixing up like J.R. did back on Dallas, back in the old days.
He needs a Stein sitting around the fire with some chopped wood sitting there. Make him look like he's real tough this year.
I don't know if he needs to be chopped.
So you think he should go for like a lumberjack motif?
He's got a flannel, like an axe next to some chopped wood with a big old Stein of
with
his
Babe
favorite
the Blue Ox
beer. Yep.
Okay.
What is his persona right now amongst Packer fans, Jason?
I don't know. I don't know how.
What do you mean you don't know? You've covered him for 7 years. How do you think fans view him?
I've covered him. I haven't covered the fans. I don't know if the people who dislike him so strongly are just the loudest or if they are the majority. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Jesse, how do people feel about what is Matt LaFleur's right now? How did Packer fans view him?
Soft. That's the first word that I think comes to mind when you think Matt LaFleur. You think soft. And it's
cerebral?
No. That's on the list. Like intelligent, schemer of an offense, like smart offensive mind, but overall soft by NFL head coach standards, I believe is how he would be perceived by the majority of Packers fans today.
Interesting.
Do you think that's fair, Jesse?
Based on recent postseason success and last year's inability to close games that ended up impacting seeding and whatnot in the second half of games, yeah. I think it is. I don't know if it's fair. I think it's justified based on recent performances.
And I know this is more of I don't want to say a puff piece I think that you're doing. I don't know. I do wonder if he views how people view Dan Campbell and other coaches, and with what was the term we heard all offseason? Disgruntlement? And the players, he is a player's coach. If he views how he views that, and if that's a fair way. So I'm intrigued. I cannot wait to get my Madison magazine out. I think that comes right to your door, right? They drop that off at your door?
I believe it comes through the mail, yes. So what we have stumbled upon are a number of folks in the YouTube comments. I do want to clarify, this is an interview with Matt LaFleur. We are not having drinks. Yeah. He's not coming over to play ping pong. I'm not going to his lake house.
I actually did think he was playing ping pong.
I'm sorry if us joking around.
I would say he would slip and slide, but I know that you can't do that.
I would never allow him to do that, especially given that he's torn a pec, bench pressing, and ruptured his Achilles playing pickup ball. Yeah. He's a little injury prone. I'm not going to let him on a slip and slide.
He's an injury ever since.
Look, again, I don't want to ruin the fun vibe here, but I do take my job seriously. I do believe that I have an ethical obligation to not be friends with him. We have a good working relationship. He has not played hide and seek in my basement. He is not my friend. We have a good working relationship. So thank you, Brett, and whoever else is in the YouTube comments. But in the YouTube comments, there are some interesting words being selected in terms of how you describe him. And these are actual fans, as opposed to me trying to guess how fans feel about him. So I'm going to read a few of those, one of which Jesse already mentioned, because Jesse's a fan, now that he's come back after his time of being a Brett Favre fan. We're all fans of Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Indeed, and if you are shopping for new windows and doors, you shouldn't have to haggle. You shouldn't have to say, oh, have a bourbon or have a Manhattan or play ping pong. You shouldn't have to do it. It should just be, boom, Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home, and they never use high-pressure sales tactics. When you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors, they also sell them, install them, and they will service them. Real pricing with premium quality without the games. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Some interesting words on how people view Matt LaFleur. None of them include the word lumberjack. We'll get to those next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Not yet.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, and all summer long, you know what beverage you'll find in my hand when enjoying some time outdoors. That'll be the cool, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Coors Light. At a baseball game in Milwaukee, grilling in the backyard, out on the golf course, every experience goes from good to great with a Rocky Mountain cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans turn blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection, which besides the refreshing taste is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
In an instant, an injury can change your plans, your paycheck, your peace of mind. But the bills don't stop. The calls don't stop. The worry won't stop. Experience and results matter. After 4 decades of fighting for injured people, we know how to win. Because you deserve respect, results, and to move forward. We fight for what's fair so you can get back to what matters most. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Life moves fast. Your car should move with it. At Zimbrick Chevrolet, they've got a vehicle and payment options that fit every stage of your journey. Just graduated? Start smart in a Chevy Trax. Stylish, efficient, and budget-friendly. Growing your family? The Equinox gives you the space and versatility you need. And when life gets even bigger, the Traverse or Tahoe is ready for it all. Kids, carpools, and road trips. Visit them today in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
Beautiful day for Brewers baseball. Brats in one hand, your Brewers checking card from Associated Bank is in the other. And with a tap, it's 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. An express entry so you can tailgate longer. And up to 50% off home game tickets. All that power, all for the crew. Only with Brewers checking from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
So the words that are being used to describe Matt LaFleur. And look, I didn't see Kurt Benkert saying that Matt LaFleur cares more about his eyebrows than winning games. Wisco Sports
That's
24.
Idiotic.
That's ridiculous.
I just
and
wanted,
Kurt,
that's
I'm
an
sorry.
idiotic statement by Ben.
Kurt Benkert was a cute story, and I fell for that shtick. But come on. You were on this roster. To say that is ridiculous. So Kurt Benkert can say whatever he wants. I just fundamentally disagree with that. Feels the pressure.
No, you can say it's idiotic, Jason. It's an idiotic statement.
Yeah, I just don't know why you'd want to be that douchey. Like, is that sour grapes? What is that? You got a better opportunity with the Packers than you ever got with anybody else. I just don't know why you'd say something like that. Pretty boy from Chef Ed. A lot of Jesse's phrase soft.
Is it AWFT or OFT?
No, just traditional spelling. Traditional spelling.
I think it's worse if you go AWFT.
Like positive, PAW.
Soft.
And this is a real handle, and we know it's not Tausch because Tausch doesn't know how to get into the chat. Old T Fan Club is the handle.
I like that. OTFC. OTFC, I like that.
_T_Fan Club. Front runner.
Huh?
He's a front runner.
Front runner, when things are great, everything's fine. When things are tough, everybody kind of wilts. That's what a front runner is, Jesse.
Aaron says not a closer. Sean, indecisive.
I disagree with the indecisive, by the way. I don't think he's indecisive. I think he's emotional. I think he does things emotionally, but I will say I think he's gotten better with that. I do. I think he's gotten better.
I think he makes the wrong choices sometimes, but that doesn't mean he's not decisive.
Well, we all do.
It. Yeah.
Jesse, we all make wrong choices. Let's not act. He is. It's not as if he's withering. Like, I don't know, should I throw the challenge flag or not? No, half the time he shouldn't throw it, but he throws it with authority.
It. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he ain't indecisive about that.
I don't quite understand and Kurt Benkert notwithstanding, I don't understand the level of negativity toward him. I understand the frustration.
They haven't won in the playoffs. That's why there's negativity, Jason.
Yeah.
I think most Packer fans look at Matt LaFleur and think, very nice guy. I think they think he's pretty smart. I don't think there's any there are people that thought McCarthy wasn't smart, which is, I think outlandish as well. But branding and all of this stuff matters from a perception standpoint. It doesn't mean that it's reality, but I had an old ball coach out used to always tell me perception becomes reality.
He's not wrong.
And that's how this goes.
Do you think fans would like Matt LaFleur more if he looked more like Mike McCarthy?
No. I think they'd like him more if I don't know what, other than winning in the postseason, there's nothing else I don't think Matt LaFleur has to do. He is who he is. I think he's authentically who he is. He doesn't try and, go out there and cut logs and start fires and clear brush. Like, he's not Brett Favre. Just like Rodgers didn't try to do that. Rodgers never went out and said, I'm going to go get me a deer or an elk.
Right.
I'm going to skin it and cook it over an open fire with a big old can of beans.
Right.
Yeah, that's not what he did. He said, I'm going to go smoke ayahuasca out in the middle of Peru. And everybody's fine with that. Or at least, I think some people. LaFleur has been who he is. There's always going to be a play into a caricature when things go a certain way. Matt LaFleur is a good-looking dude. He trims his eyebrows. He's well-hygienic. All of those things that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And when your team doesn't have the resolve, which last year's team didn't after Micah got hurt, and we went, Lord knows we've covered that.
Indeed,
it plays into that. That doesn't mean that's the reality, but it is the perception. And that's how it goes. Just like the Mike McCarthy, Sean Payton. Sean Payton's perception is he's a hard-nosed, he's a genius, he's a quarterback dude, he's all these things, he wins, he does all this. And his record and everything is almost identical to Mike McCarthy's. But Mike McCarthy, because he's, a little bit heavier, he talks he's got that little Pittsburgh deal about him. People look at him in a different light. And that also partially is because of Rodgers and that whole deal. So that's the reality of being a coach in the NFL. Dan Campbell goes the other way because he is the lumberjack.
Right.
And then he posts these little cute videos where he goes and gets his cup of coffee with his little doggy, and he's so relatable too. Come on now. Like Dan Campbell, we're all complicated fellas. Like, we all could act like we're not, but we all are. It's what we let in and what we show and how it goes, but it's a results business. The results tell you this guy's awesome, or the results don't. It's like, what are his shortcomings? And we're going to play to that stereotype of the shortcomings. That's where this is.
Outstanding summary there. One final question on this so we can break and get to Bulaga. The Packers obviously lose to the Bears in a playoff game that they led 21-3 and blew a lead in the second half, giving up 25 fourth quarter points. Let's say in fantasy land they don't do that and they win. They're the 7th seed. That means they would have gone to Seattle instead of the 49ers. The 49ers would have played the Rams in a 5-6 game. The Packers go to Seattle. If they get whomped the same way that the 49ers did, 41-6, are we still looking at Matt LaFleur exactly the same? Or because he won the Bears game and then he would be 2-3 in the postseason during the Jordan Love era, is he getting a little more grace and we're not quite as critical of him?
He's getting more grace.
I agree.
Still would be critical, but the grace would be, well, we won a playoff game, a road playoff game. We've weathered the storm. We beat our rivals, and we ran out of gas. We're shorthanded.
Yep.
We had all these star players, and I would hope that we would have battled Seattle a little bit better, but I think we would have ended up on the short end. I would have picked Seattle to beat us.
Yep. Me too.
Because that number 1 seed is so important. And this offseason, I think, would be viewed in a different way. We wouldn't have all these Bear fans chirping and all this stuff. So it would have been a whole different – and I also think part of the Jesse Nelsification of Matt LaFleur, soft, et cetera, comes from the way he's handled the Ben Johnson handshakes and everything else. And that's just the reality. I think people look like he got punked by that whole scenario. And I don't know. I don't want Matt LaFleur throwing fists at Ben Johnson, but I certainly wouldn't mind if we are up by 30 points on the Bears and Matt LaFleur goes for 2 and he pulls the Brett Bielema card out. I'm not going to be mad about it. Ben Johnson asked for it. I'm going to give it to you, baby.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you asked for this fight.
Right.
I was fine just whooping you, and then you beat us and you're doing this. Whatever comes down, I'm just going to say this right now, whatever, within reason, comes down the pipe, if the Packers beat the Bears in a handedly way, Ben Johnson asked for it. And the Chicago ownership asked for it. Just in my own opinion,
I agree.
Whatever happens, we're up by 50 and he goes for 2, I ain't got a problem with it, and I don't want to hear anybody crying about it later. Just like if the Bears do it back to us, I ain't going to be sitting here as a Packer fan saying, oh, that's not fair. Stop them. This is where this rivalry is, and I am all for it.
Clip that while I was killing a bug in my studio.
Yeah, what the? He had a good thing going there. Clunk, 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 clunk. What's going on there?
I don't know. I'm in the base. I don't know how we got a
Jason's
flying
getting
insect
nervous for
in
that
here.
photo shoot.
I'm not at all. Maybe you're getting nervous for this big fun thing you've got planned with UW Credit Union.
Oh, I'm not nervous. I am excited. We got a squad. We got some fun stuff brewing with UW Credit Union, and so should you for every stage of life. UW Credit Union is here forever. You, proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. They're going to help you reach your financial goals, and out in the community, you just go ahead and look. Brewers, whether it's in Milwaukee or up in Wisconsin with the football squad, everything. UW Credit Union is everywhere, and if you got cheddar on your mind, UW Credit Union can help. No monthly fee checking and great rates that help let you keep more of that cheese. Join today at uwcu.org. Insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions to apply.
Brian Bulaga time next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
The Giannis era is over in Milwaukee.
If Giannis wanted to be a Milwaukee Buck, he could have made that clear. At no point did he say he didn't want to be a Milwaukee Buck, and at no point did he say he wanted to be a Milwaukee Buck.
Continue reacting right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN.
Dealing with storm damage? That's never fun. That's why homeowners are turning to Everlight Solar for roofing and exterior repairs done right. They handle the entire process, from insurance claims to fixing your roof with one trusted team. Less stress, faster solutions, and a home that stays protected from the elements. If your roof took a hit, Everlight's got you covered. Visit everlightroofing.com to get started today. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott, Garrett, and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest, Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, and by Events by Design.
Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon landscaping difference. Since 1997, Olson Toon has been transforming outdoor spaces across Dane County. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and maintenance, they're your one team for everything outdoors, keeping your property looking its best year-round. With experienced professionals and a collaborative approach, every project is built around your vision. Ready to elevate your space? Let's get started. Head to olsontoon.com today.
Wisconsin's Ben Bruss here for Road America, America's National Park of Speed. Get out of the house this summer and enjoy a great weekend at Road America, located conveniently between Milwaukee and Green Bay in Elkhart Lake. This legendary 4-mile, 14-turn road course has been hosting the world's best racers since 1955. Bring the whole family. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. Camp on site, explore the grounds, and take in racing your way. It's more than a race, it's a full-day experience. Trans Am is up next at Road America, coming June 26th through the 28th. Come for the experience, stay for the race. Get your tickets today at roadamerica.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Henningsen with Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic. I specialize in joint pain and joint pain surgery, specifically hip and knee replacement, including second-time surgery for hip and knee replacement. If joint pain or an injury is slowing you down, you don't have to live with it. We are here to help at Stoughton Health. Come in and we can talk to you about different techniques in order to get you back to doing what you want to do, whether it be walking the dog, going to work, or even playing outside with your kids. We want you to be able to do these things without pain.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
The cooler's packed, the sun is shining. The only thing left to do? Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Refreshing, ready to drink, and packed with bold citrus flavor, Carbless is the ultimate upgrade for every summer adventure, from dock days to bonfire nights. No mixing, no hassle, just crack it open and enjoy the moment. This summer, trade the stress for zest. Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Carbless, find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
How will we remember Giannis Antetokounmpo?
I think his legacy is set. His tab has been cleared in Milwaukee, in my opinion.
Continue reacting to the trade right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Bucks.
Joining us now on the Yuengling guest hotline, Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, 197 years. Now in Wisconsin, D.G. Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. All right, it's Brian Bulaga. And look, Brian, I want to take full responsibility. I don't want you mad at Jesse. God knows he gives you enough reasons to be mad at him.
Why don't you want him mad at Jesse? It's actually good for the show. It's just fun. It's a fun
but
little
it's not Jesse's fault. I will take responsibility. Yesterday I was coordinating with Antonio Freeman, who, like you, is a soccer dad, and trying to get him on the show so he can talk about Alex playing for the national team in the World Cup. And at first he had agreed to do 9:15 on our program, but he, like Tausch, struggles a bit with time zones, and he thought that meant it would be 11:15 out west because he's in L.A. It would actually be 7:15 out west, so we had to reschedule him. Jesse contacted you, asked you to move. I am sorry. That's my fault, not his, and I know he gives you plenty of reason to be mad at him. And I am not going to defend him on those other things he does. But in this instance, this one's on me. I do want to ask you, though, because, look, Declan has inherited your fantastic athleticism. Have you been watching? I know you're watching the World Cup. You're one of those guys watching Curacao randomly for no reason. So have you at any point with another former Packer in Antonio Freeman with his son playing, has your mind gone there that, hey, I'm a soccer dad, maybe someday, if the soccer gods are on our side, I'll be sitting in the stands watching Declan out there for the U.S. national team?
Yeah, I mean, it's actually a really cool story. I mean, I remember watching Alex when he was with Orlando City, because we get a lot of Orlando City games
right
here. So when he was with Orlando City, I watched a ton of the games that he was in, and obviously a very good player. His story is very unique, and I'm sure Antonio will get into it. As a youth, rejected by Inter Miami, because obviously they know everything about soccer players and if someone's good or not. So they reject him as a youth. He goes to Orlando City, moves positions, and ends up obviously starting for them and getting sold to Spain, and obviously you see the way he's performing right now. So it's a really cool story, but it just shows you these people that claim they know what they're talking about don't always know what they're talking about. So, yes, there's always stories like that. There's always hope. Obviously, Alex is super, super talented and very, very, like technical and a good player. He plays right or left back, but he can really play left or right wing back. He's very good. So, yeah, I mean, I think Declan's 11, so I got a little bit of time to look down that road. I just want him to get better one day at a time, right? Like,
there you go.
Just improve on something every day, and hopefully, when you're 20 years old or whatever it is these days, you'll be in that position. But that's a pipe dream, obviously, and we'll see how it goes.
So I was
Brian. I got a soccer question. I just need to get answered because obviously I'm not a soccer guy, but I do like big events. And once the U.S. gets into like the round of 8, I'll jump on the bandwagon. But why
round of 8
is it the refs? Yeah, why is it the refs' job to say offsides on these? Why isn't it their job to the defenseman to not let people get behind them when they're close to the goal?
Well, it's just like hockey. There's an offsides. Like, I mean, you can't – so guys aren't cherry picking. I mean, that's the whole point, is that you can't camp out behind the defenders and just stay there and then have someone ping you a long ball. Is that what you're asking? Or
Yes. Yeah, that is what I'm asking.
Yeah, you can't – I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, it's just like hockey, the blue line and everything like that. I mean, guys can't cherry pick beyond the blue line and just stand back there and wait for someone to slap them a puck forward.
Is there a blue line in soccer, though, that they can't do that, or is it all?
It's the last defender. You can't be past the last defender. If your shoulder
it's not
is
a
past
line.
well, when they do VAR in the automated offsides, yes, there is a line drawn. It is a straight line across from the last defender. You cannot be past that line, and that's drawn.
So Christian Watson shouldn't be able to go by a safety because that wouldn't be, he'd be cherry picking.
No, sure he can.
Kind of the same thing. It's constant motion.
No, it's not the same. It's definitely not the same.
It's not?
No.
Okay.
I mean, the ball is being thrown to him in the air as he's running. I mean,
the ball's being kicked to him in the air while he's running.
No. Now we're
and he
saying,
got behind the defenseman,
No.
and it's the defenseman. No, you're not supposed to go behind me. No, why?
Exactly as I thought it would.
It's not the same. I'm talking about
But it kind of is.
We're talking about offensive players in soccer just camping out. Like Christian Watson doesn't start behind the safeties and the ball.
No, I get that. I understand that, but Brian, if the ball is kicked, you could run behind the defenseman and go score, and it's you can't. You're offsides, right?
If he times his run properly, yes, he can. If the ball's kicked and he's still even or just in front of that last defender, and then he goes beyond the last defender, then he's onside.
I get it. I understand, because the hockey argument, I used to have the same conversation with hockey folks. Now that I've been in it for a while, I understand the flow of the game. I get that. But I just don't understand why it's on me as a ref to say you as a defenseman shouldn't let Johnny get behind you. Isn't that your job?
Well, yes, it is. Yeah, it's definitely their job, but there's whole things to it, like setting offsides traps and stepping forward at the right time so then the guy's offsides. It's a whole defensive structure of baiting guys onside and offside. It's, believe me, and listen, when I first...
I baited that safety on a double move, but the ball wasn't out of his hand yet, so he can't get behind him. I don't think you should be able to throw a touchdown to Watson. It's the same thing to me. I don't want to get bogged down because I'm sure people that are listening aren't super excited about it. So, Jason, you can switch there. I get it, Brian. I understand you don't want cherry picking. I'm not a soccer guy. I'm not trying to act like I'm an expert. But all I'm saying is if I hit you with a sluggo and that corner bites, I'm sorry, that's a great move. If I'm a soccer player and I get you to do a false step up and I get behind you and I go score, I should be rewarded for that, not penalized.
And you can, and you are.
Yes, because a lot of the times the ball gets played early enough that if you hit a guy, if you do fake, like hesitate, then run beyond the defense, your midfielder
legal play.
Is passing you that ball.
Jason, don't act like you know anything about soccer. Come on.
You can't be offsides beyond midfield either. So if the ball is played to the attacker before the center line, he's onside. So he could be past. He can cherry pick.
So there is a line. Okay.
Yes, as long as he's not past half field, he can cherry pick.
Hey, Jason, can you analyze that too? Since I didn't realize Pele was hosting the show with me. Yo, Pele, give me some more tips on how soccer goes.
I don't. Look, I love you, buddy, but I have covered soccer at the high school level, at the college level. I have a kid that plays soccer. I'm sorry that I understand offsides. I don't understand a lot of the other intricacies of the game, and I don't pretend that I do. Brian, why the hell are you a soccer fan? You grew up in Chicago. You played in the NFL. You played at Iowa. How does this happen exactly? Because Tausch had the same job as you, and he grew up in the Midwest. And he played at a Big Ten school, and he could not be less interested in soccer, and you are Johnny Soccer. How does that happen?
Yeah, I mean, it really happened when I was rehabbing my ACL in 2013. I was down in Florida, and I woke up early. So I got up early, and I went downstairs because Abby was still sleeping, and it's like, I got to figure out something. I mean, I'm already up. It was like 6:30 in the morning, and turned on the TV and started watching the Premier League it was on in the morning. And I just remember watching it and just being like, this is extremely entertaining because of how fast-paced the English game goes in the Premier League and things like that, and watching how difficult it is, like how they're able to control the ball and do things and move that ball around and pass it and curve it and do all those really intricate things with the ball. And I related it because I love golf, how hard golf is. Like, golf is very hard, and it's why I like it so much, and I appreciate it so much. And then you go out and try to kick a ball in the backyard like the way they do it, you can't do it because it's really hard. And, like, that to me drew me to it. And then, obviously, you start learning more about all the teams and the rivalries and kind of just everything around it, and I just fell in love with it and haven't turned back since 2013.
All right, we're going to shift gears to American football with you.
Thank God.
This soccer update brought to you by Discount Liquor. Stop by their Milwaukee or Waukesha locations for all your tailgating needs.
Well done, Jelly. Well done. Oh, shucks. What a great route by Matthew Golden. But, unfortunately, the safety was one step too far ahead.
If I may.
We got to wipe it. Nope. VAR.
If I may.
VAR it.
Sandwich 1846 in the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube comments.
That's a reasonable price for a sandwich.
I think has given us exactly how to explain this to Tausch. Like football, you can't be offside. You can't
Correct,
be,
I understand
You
that.
can't be behind. Would you let me finish?
Maybe.
Man.
He's not interested in learning at all.
Maybe I won't.
Have we not learned?
I don't know.
He's not interested in learning the rules at all.
You can't be behind the defender until the quarterback throws the pass. Look at it that way. And in this instance, every player on the soccer field is the quarterback. So the ball has to be played before you can run by the defender.
Here's what I would say. I understand you can't have Lawrence Taylor line up 4 yards off sides and go sack. I understand that. That's a defensive player. The ball you can be behind a guy before a ball is thrown in football.
I understand,
in American
but not
football.
in soccer, but it's the parallel. Like when Randall Cobb runs past that safety in the 2013 game in Chicago, he would have been offsides if Rodgers hadn't thrown the ball already. But if Rodgers had thrown it very high and he ran by that safety,
or if he held the ball longer, he can't do it. He's got to wait for the defender to catch up to him.
You're being snarky, but you're right. If Rodgers holds on to it longer,
and you guys
he's
know
getting
it's
called
dumb.
for offsides in soccer.
Here's the deal. I fought this fight. I'm not going to win it. Soccer is incredibly popular in the United States for 2 weeks in a 4-year period of time. Those are the reality of soccer. That is. And you can sit here and tell me I'm crazy, but I'm not. And everybody's jumping on board, and it's great. I love that the World Cup is here. I love that people are enjoying it. I hope America wins a championship in its 250th year. Those things can all be true, and I can also say I don't like soccer, and that's where I'm at.
I would, Jesse, because I know you don't got much going on, Jesse. You should probably look up the amount of kids that play soccer in this country compared to all the other sports. I think you'd be shockingly surprised.
Yeah, I've been told that for 40 years, Brian. And then they said soccer's going to overtake the NFL and the NBA and Major League Baseball.
I never said that.
It's 40 years later. I'm still waiting for all those kids that are playing soccer to end up taking it over. I'm still waiting.
I never said that. I never said that.
What
I
say?
said was, well, you're saying it only becomes popular every 4 years for 2 weeks in this country, is what you said.
In the general populace. Yes.
Soccer for everyone under 12 years old is really more like babysitting or daycare than it is.
Okay. Gruber Law Offices.
It's orange slices. Yep.
That's all.
Throw me some orange slices.
You want to give him a call, talk soccer with him? Fine. But what you really need to call him for is if you've been injured in an accident.
Brian, is professional soccer, it's super popular in Europe, right? It's super popular in Brazil. And is it super popular in the U.S. amongst American sports fans? Is professional soccer, not World Cup, not friendlies, not our it's Olympics. Is it popular professionally here?
I would say it's probably, obviously NFL is king, and then you would go. I mean, I don't really like to watch it, but I'd say NBA's next, and then I think baseball and soccer, probably baseball still takes it right now, but I would imagine MLS will probably start to clip its heels in the next 5 to 10 years, would be my guess.
MLS more popular than the NHL?
No.
No. Probably not.
God, I literally had this
Probably not.
conversation 10 years ago when our show started, and it's still the same.
And back then, Gruber Law Offices was there as well. Gruber Law Offices, one call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Or go to the website, gruber-law.com. Kyle Pitts got paid yesterday. What does it mean for Tucker Kraft? We'll explore that with Brian Bulaga. And discuss offsides.
It's stoppage time. Someone explain that to me.
This is our crew.
1-2 pitch to Churio as a fly ball to center. Hit well. Going back on it is Hill. Track. Wall. Bye-bye baseball.
This is 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Brewers.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. Reporter for the Badger Observer Jake Kokorowski joined the jump around last Thursday, and he believes that 8 wins should be the benchmark for Wisconsin football.
I think it's possible. In fact, I think it should be the standard. They don't have Michigan. They don't have Ohio State. They don't have Oregon. I do feel Wisconsin's got a chance, of getting to 8 wins. And there's always those games that, this is, for me, it's the year for Wisconsin. Can you go on the road to Penn State and get that win? What can you do against Notre Dame? So I think those are the kind of the big questions in year 4 for Luke Fickell.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Looking to save thousands on your next vehicle? Head to Metro Ford of Madison for their employee pricing event and the hail sale. That means employee pricing on select new Ford vehicles plus additional hail sale savings that could put thousands back into your pocket. Whether you're shopping for a tough F-150, a versatile Explorer, or a fuel-efficient Maverick, now is the time to buy. Inventory is moving fast, so don't wait. Visit Metro Ford of Madison on Wayne Terrace in Madison or shop online at MetroFordofMadison.com.
Hi, this is Lee, inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Continuing with Soccer Today with Brian Bulaga, your host, alongside Mark Tauscher and Henri. That was something. Brian, the news yesterday from the NFL, in addition to them canceling the supplemental draft, which was an interesting development, Kyle Pitts of the Atlanta Falcons, 3 years, $54 million, $36 million fully guaranteed. Now, a quick math equation tells me that that's $18 million a year, which is less on an APY average than George Kittle and Trey, help me out here, the Cardinals tight end.
Hawkinson?
Not Trey Hawkinson. Anyway, will Tucker Kraft blow by this, do you think? And should he? Because, look, he has made it very clear, as he said to us at the minicamp, he believes he was TE number 1 in the NFL at the time of his injury. And I have a hard time disagreeing with him. So that is, to me anyway, Brian, the way he says that he should be paid as TE1 in the NFL. Agree or disagree?
I agree. I think I think you can add another 10 to 15 million on that contract, and that's probably what it's going to look like, would be my guess. So if Pitts was at 3 for 54, you're looking at 3 for 70, and probably around 45 to 50 of it guaranteed would be my guess. If I'm ballparking, and I think that's a good deal.
Yes, that was the next question. That's a good deal for Tucker. That's a good deal for the Packers. It's a good deal for everybody, you think?
I think so. Because, again, like, I think, especially from now that I'm fanning, right? Like, we always look at these contracts so short-termed, like, oh, man, now he's getting so much money. But the next guy's going to come up, and he's going to beat Tucker. And then the cap's going to go up, and that number's not going to look as nasty to you as it does right now. So, like, and then most likely what's always going to happen is they're going to rewrite the terms a year into it and transfer something to a bonus so that it relieves cap pressure or whatever it may be. And it really ends up being a good deal for the team, right? Like, I just think that you can't press your luck with Tucker Kraft in that contract. Like, you can't try to go in there and say, we need you to take a little less than Pitts or the same as Pitts. Like, I just don't think he's the player to do that with. I think he's too valuable to try to go in there and you know, I don't want to say
nickel and dime him.
Yeah, but nickel and dime him. And I understand Green Bay's going to do what they're going to try to do what's best for the organization. I totally understand that. You just don't want to get worked over on a deal. But at the same time, there's some guys you just have to bite the bullet and pay them. Like Micah Parsons was one of them. Jordan Love's another one. Tucker Kraft's one of those guys for the Green Bay Packers. Like, you're just going to have to understand that he's really good. He's very valuable. When he's on the field, he provides you so much value, and not just the run game, but also the pass game. And he needs to be paid appropriately for it. And, like, for him to say he thought he was tight end 1 in the league, I have a really hard time disagreeing with him. Like, I don't see – like, you look around the league, and yes, there's good tight ends, but if he's not 1, then he's like 1B, right? So, like, what are we talking about here?
And so, Brian, how do you figure out what to pay him, though, if we're using Pitts as an example? Because they both play the same position, but they kind of don't, right? Like, Pitts doesn't do all the other stuff. Like, yeah, it's great. Last year, listen to his stat line. Last year, Kyle Pitts was targeted 118 times. He caught 88 passes for 928 yards and 5 touchdowns. again, now Tucker Kraft was on pace for a 1,000-yard season last year when he tore his ACL, so let's not short shrift him on his productivity in the passing game. But Kyle Pitts is not one-on-one pass protecting against an edge rusher, which I've seen Tucker Kraft do. He is not bulldozing someone in the run game, which I've seen Tucker Kraft do. Like am I wrong to describe them as playing the same position, but not really playing the same position?
Yeah, they're completely different players, in my opinion. Like, I look at Tucker Kraft as a true 3-down player. He's on the field all the time. Like, he's not someone you bring in on 2nd and long and 3rd and long because
high snap count guy. He's a high snap count guy.
Because 1st and 10, when you're going to run the ball, there's no productivity out of that, right? Like, he's not going to block anybody. Like, I'm not saying Kyle Pitts can't block anyone, but that's just not really his game, right? Like, that's not.
You're not saying he can either.
Yeah, I'm not saying he does it well. I'll just say that. I'm not saying he does it well. But like when you're able to have a guy like Kraft and he just stays on the field, it makes defensive coordinators have to prepare for run and pass every single down. Like, that's the difference. Like, or they have to protect the strong side of the formation and the weak side of the formation because you have no problem running to the strength with Tucker Kraft on the end of the line of scrimmage. So you have to protect both sides of the line of scrimmage. It's not sometimes offenses when they have these tight ends that are really good at catching the ball but they can't block anyone, they put them on the line and they run the opposite way every single time. And defenses cue on that. And they know that. And they just feast on it. So, like, Tucker Kraft is the opposite of that. He's able to block. He obviously runs great routes. He catches the ball well. He does everything for the Green Bay Packers. And that's why, to me, so it's like when Kittle was at his peak, right? When Kittle was at his peak, that's kind of what Tucker Kraft is. Kittle can block. Kittle runs routes. He catches the ball well. He's a threat in the red zone. Like, that's Tucker Kraft. And right now, when Kittle first came up for his contract, he got paid a lot of money. The market's gone up. Tucker Kraft is in that position now. It's the way it goes.
So, Blue, how would you handle it if you're Tucker and his folks? Because he's obviously coming back from an ACL. And we all think this deal, Tucker kind of, I guess, shirkingly looked at when somebody asked him about what the contract, maybe that's not the right word. He had a little smirk, like something's up. You're not putting pads on and doing anything until that deal's done, if you're him, are you?
No, and he's got the perfect reason why. I'm coming back from an ACL. I'm taking my time.
PUP can't be out there.
Exactly. So he's got the perfect cover for why he shouldn't put pads on. And honestly, I wouldn't put pads on him anyway until like week 3 of training camp anyway, coming back from the ACL regardless. So like that's what I would do anyway. And in that time, you work out the deal with him. That's the way I would approach it if I'm him, because like there's certain guys, and we talked about this a few weeks ago, Jason. Like Jordan Love's one of them. Like didn't practice until he got paid, right? Like that's. And the value that Tucker Kraft has to this offense and to this team, not just as a player, but as a leader and a locker room guy and all those things, he's the same way. Like there's certain guys on every team that just kind of have that kind of it factor about him, and he's one of them. And like it's just pay the guy and let's just move on with it. Like there's no
Keyshawn
need
Nixon,
and they'll get it.
Not him.
They'll get it structured the way the Packers get it structured the way they want. I wouldn't be surprised if the guarantees are actually less than that, but the numbers in the APY are going to be super high. He will be the highest paid tight end when it gets done, and it should get done before he puts pads on. Blue, before we let you go, Jason has got an exclusive ritzy sit-down with Matt LaFleur. Like, I don't know why he's so mad about it. He's got an exclusive with Matt LaFleur today. A little bit more on the personal side. Where
we need to make sure it actually
if
happens.
I may,
Stop
you
putting
will
a
have the
whammy
floor,
on it.
Jason.
He's going to
If
text
you
me and
may.
say he's got to cancel because of this.
Magazine sit
All right,
down
if
with
he
no
cancels,
photographer.
He's not taking a photographer, but it led to an interesting part where Jesse was able to win. One word to describe Matt LaFleur as a coach would be?
One word, the one words are tough.
Jesse said soft.
Without the AWF. He just went OFT.
By the way, I never answered
I said
this.
cerebral.
I was
said
going to say
cerebral.
smart. Yep. Smart.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would say intelligent. Like, that's the way I would describe him, as very intelligent.
This is a guy who played for him, by the way.
soft.
Brian did play for him.
Jesse, what do you like?
Yeah, Jesse.
Wait a minute.
How do you judge?
You said soft, Jesse. You said it.
You said soft.
You may recall, I was asked, how do I think most Packers fans would describe Matt LaFleur?
This is some interesting hair splitting.
All right, Jelly. Right in saying soft is how most Packers fans would describe.
What about you?
How does Jesse
Packers
Nelson
fan?
feel it? Yeah, how about Jelly? What does Jelly feel?
Soft.
That's what came to your mind. What came to your mind.
What's the
Well,
word?
we got to add. we
No.
got to add 5 seconds to the show because of timeout time. It just happened because the
Hydration
clock's
break.
running. That's what we do here.
What's the word for between average and good? What am I looking for there?
What?
Like he's slightly above average, but I don't know
That's
what the
3
word
words.
is that I'm looking for there. He's not a great coach.
Highly mediocre?
Not
Highly
mediocre.
mediocre?
Mediocre sounds bad. He's not a great coach, but he's not an average coach. He's between the two. That's what I want to say he is, but I don't know the word I'm looking for.
You're looking for good?
Maybe it's good. Yeah, he's a good coach. He's not a
That
great
was a
coach.
long way to go.
He's not an average
That's
coach.
great
It's
insight,
good.
Jesse.
Brian, Brian, you are way better than good. I'm sorry that the schedule got a little bit jacked up today.
It's Jesse's fault. It's Jesse's fault. Let's just call it what it is.
Not.
All right, fair enough.
Let's just call it what it is.
Hey, Brian, why can't football players wear glasses on the field?
I don't know.
Because it's a contact sport.
Oh, that's really good.
No, it's
Thank
I
you.
like it.
Thank you.
I like it. It's a dad joke. It's a dad joke.
Jokes. Football edition. Yeah. Dad jokes football edition.
Gotta get him the soccer
This is what
edition
my
next
daughter
year for
thought of
Father's
me
Day.
for Father's Day. This is what she got me. So there
That's
we go.
nice.
Should
I like
definitely
that.
get the soccer
it's not
edition next year. Brian, we appreciate you, buddy. We'll talk to you again soon. Thanks.
All right, guys, take it easy.
That is our first of 2 soccer dads on today's program. Brian Bulaga, Iowa. Before we get to the next one, we got to talk to Uncle Homer, and Tausch
We
needs to
got a
tell us.
preseason game. It sounds like there's a Bishop's Charity soccer game tomorrow night. Doesn't matter if we win or lose. Guys are sitting out, not even going to play if they got a yellow card. Like, what are we doing? It's supposed to be an exclusive, and now we have it. This could be like your Metrodome game. It could
The
be.
FIFA equivalent, yes. So don't wager on it at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, because that seems like a pretty precarious thing to wager on. When
Or
you
you
don't know who's playing.
could. Or you could, because they have a great sports book, you know what, and it's a premier entertainment destination, and it's just I-90 in Rockford, Illinois, and it's just about 60 minutes from Madison. Hard Rock Casino Rockford offers the most generous and most frequent promotions of any casino in the Midwest. Join the Hard Rock Casino Rockford for the 4th of July weekend for the Let Freedom Ride giveaway. It's high-powered excitement with your chance to win one of 3 premium rides. Can-Am Outlander, Can-Am Defender, or a Sea-Doo Spark Tricks. From rugged off-road adventures to heart-pounding water thrills, Independence has never felt this good. Unity members can earn entries now through July 5th with drawings on the 3rd, on the 4th, and on the 5th at 9 p.m. Check out all the rules at casino.hardrock.com. Play, dine, and shop. Enjoy live shows and that great sports book. Hard Rock Casino Rockford, a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch, where we will discuss the U.S. men's national team's approach to its 3rd pool round game coming up. Will not happen. We're not doing that. We'll do something else. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here, and take it from me, the best game nights start with Pizza Hut. Try the new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, featuring crispy baked Parmesan on the crust for a golden cheesy crunch in every bite. For a limited time, get a medium one-topping crispy Parm Pan for just $10, or make it a large for just $3 more. Order online at pizzahut.com or download the Pizza Hut app to order and find more great deals. The new crispy Parm Pan Pizza, available now at Pizza Hut. And remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Hey Madison, it's Rich Eisen. Join me for the Rich Eisen Show, weekdays noon to 2, right here on 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. The future of the Milwaukee Bucks is starting to take shape. Last night, following the trade of Giannis Antetokounmpo to the Miami Heat earlier this week, the Bucks make unofficially 2 selections in the NBA draft. For sure, the 10th pick belonged to the Bucks. They selected Braden Burries, a guard from Arizona, and then the 13th pick belonging to the Miami Heat that the Bucks have reportedly acquired the rights to in the Giannis trade, selecting forward Nate Ament from Tennessee. Check out the commentary from ESPN's NBA draft experts on both of those selections over at ESPN.com. The draft continues tonight at 7 o'clock. Watch it on ESPN and the ESPN app. Listen to coverage exclusively streaming on the ESPN app. Meanwhile, baseball, the Brewers win 2-0 last night over the Cincinnati Reds. Back-to-back nights, starting pitchers named Brandon for the Brewers go 6 innings, allowing 1 hit, no runs, 10 strikeouts. Wow.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
I'm going to say kissing cousins, pack bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And will end this crazy game in a tie. Oh my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. Thanks to Brian Bulaga for elucidating us on the intricacies of soccer. I think Tausch has a much clearer understanding now. Let's talk a little bit of football before we get to trivia and Uncle Homer, the other kind of football. And that is, we have spent a lot of time on this program discussing the Brendan Sorsby saga, Sorsby sordid saga, as Tausch likes to term it. The NFL deciding not going to have a supplemental draft this year. They haven't had one the last couple of years. They haven't had anyone who applied for it, I don't believe. And this year, obviously, there was going to be someone. I saw an interview with Sorsby's agent, who is Ron Slavin, who was he used to be based in Madison. I believe he's a UW Whitewater alum. I saw some statements from Sorsby's attorney that they're going to sue, believing that the NFL does not have the right to not hold a supplemental draft. I don't side with the NFL very often.
The NFL never ends. It doesn't end well, usually.
Tausch, it does feel to me like there's no... If the supplemental draft is held and then he gets picked, he will have really faced no consequences whatsoever for what he did. And I'm not saying he shouldn't get an opportunity to play football. I'm not against him personally, but I do feel like when you do what he did and admit to it, it's not allegedly, he's confessed to it, there should be some consequences. And so now he's in a position where he's not playing at Texas Tech. He's not going to be playing in the NFL, it would appear. He can play in other pro leagues. That would be the next option. But again, I don't know how that's going to work. He would not be eligible until 2027 to play in the NFL. He can't sign as a free agent. He is subject to all those rules. What do you make of that development from yesterday?
I think the league was smart to handle it this way. They, took it out of the hands of a potential franchise that was looking at it and could take advantage of a situation where there's a talented kid who's made some mistakes. And there's going to be repercussions for your actions. And when you do the cardinal sin in sports, which is that, we've seen many other players get away with and do things that are a lot more heinous in the big picture than this. But things like this will ruin the game. It takes the integrity out. Now you can have a long, hard debate about all of the other things that go into this with taking gambling money and all the other stuff. That's not for today. This is more about what the league did, and I think the league is protecting itself from itself. They don't want to have this story.
Right.
They're not saying you can't play. They're saying you can't do it on your terms. Now, the question I'd have is, part of that note was, well, you did it 3 days before the deadline. Well, the deadline is the deadline. You either get it in or you don't.
Right.
So that
Good
part
point.
I don't buy. All you really have to say is, with these circumstances, we don't feel obligated to do this because of your situation. Once you get right, then we can maybe have a conversation. Because there's a chance he's not even going to be in next year's draft. They didn't. If you read that,
right,
you have to go through that process. You're always going to, as a league, need to look out for the best interest of your league. Sorsby put himself in this spot. Nobody else did. And I think we're all guilty of protecting, whether it's your own kids or kids on your team. You're always looking for ways to kind of help. Sometimes you need a little of this, where it's, I screwed up. Well, I'm taking accountability. Well, are you?
Mm-hmm.
Because you just tried to get back in NCAA football. You were going to keep playing there. Well, then somehow or another, the Big 12 or Texas Tech said no. Accountability is painful. And in this case, for Sorsby, that pain is, you got $4.5 million from Texas Tech not to play this year. Oh, cry me a river. Go rehabilitate yourself, work through your issues, and hope that you've done enough that you get an opportunity to chase your dream. Because nobody but you screwed that up. So for as much as I'd love to say the NFL's being unfair here and they're being ridiculous, I don't think they are. I think they're protecting their interest, and old boy's got some correcting of his life to do. Mm-hmm. And when and if he does that, maybe he'll get the opportunity to further his career in the NFL.
All right, for those of you that came here today seeking a discussion about the new look Milwaukee Bucks, which again, I will say this, I watched the draft last night, at least through pick 10 and pick 13. We will discuss that with Homer when he joins us at the bottom of the hour. We're going to play trivia first so we can be prepared for America's soccer dad, Antonio Freeman, to join us during the 11 o'clock hour. It is Wednesday. That means it's Wisconsin Geography Wednesday. Jesse, what caller would you like for Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf?
Well, since you mentioned the Bucks, they had picks 10 and 13 last night. 10 plus 13 is 23. Let's do caller 23.
Caller 23 right now, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 23 plays Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Since 1956, Hallman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Hallman Lindsay has grown over the years to 27 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Hallman Lindsay has the paints you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Hallman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? If you're a top player in your league, the GRB Rays are ready for you. They're Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, with over 425 college commitments, 27 draft picks, and 4 big leaguers, including the National League Rookie of the Year. Train in one of the Midwest elite facilities and elevate your game. GRB Rays tryouts are here, but spots are filling up quickly. Sign up now at grbrays.com. That's grbrays.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
The Summer Sticker Sales event is happening now at Metro Kia of Madison. For a limited time, get 0% APR financing for up to 48 months on select new Kia Sorento and Sportage models. That's just $20.83 per month for every $1,000 financed with approved credit. Whether you're looking for the versatility of a Sportage or the family-ready space of a Sorento, now's the time to buy. Must take delivery by July 6th. Hurry in today or shop online at MetroKiaofMadison.com. That's MetroKiaofMadison.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Buckin' Honeys. Summer in Wisconsin is too good to spend indoors. And whether you're meeting the crew after work, grabbing dinner before the game, or just looking for a great patio spot, Buckin' Honeys has you covered. Their spacious patios are the perfect place to enjoy award-winning dishes, craft cocktails, and an easygoing atmosphere. Visit their locations in Sun Prairie, Monona, Waunakee, or Mount Horeb. Grab your people, find a spot on the patio, and make the most of summer at Buckin' Honeys. We'll see you there.
The Giannis era is over in Milwaukee.
I'm mad that he made every year since the NBA title miserable.
Continue reacting to the trade right here on 100.5 ESPN, Madison's home of the Milwaukee Bucks.
We'll talk to Uncle Homer coming up, but first, time for Wisconsin Geography Wednesday Wilde and Tausch Trivia, presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on, and by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs, they believe in better.
Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Kevin in Milwaukee. Kevin, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
Good. Yourself?
We are great. Thank you for asking. Have you been watching the World Cup as much as Tausch has been?
I have not.
Okay.
Well, that actually
so then
means
the same amount.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Here we go, Kevin. Question number one. And do you understand? Never mind. We're not going to go into the offsides discussion again. Question one is this. Which of these is the name of a real Wisconsin city and the name of a country that qualified for the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Is it Norway, Superior, or Prairie du Soccer?
I'm going to go with Norway.
Indeed. And are they? Is it true that they're not eating American food while they're here? I believe I saw that story with that guy that looks like Clay Matthews, who's so good. Question two, Kevin, is this. Oh, boy, it's a lot of World Cup stuff here. Not good for any of us. Which of these Wisconsin cities is located closest to the stadium where the U.S. men's national team is playing its final group stage game tomorrow night? And Jesse is so nice to include a hint. It's the same stadium where they played their first group stage game of this World Cup. Is that Wisconsin city that is closest to this unnamed stadium Green Bay, Milwaukee, or Platteville?
Oh, boy. I think I'm going to go with C, Platteville.
That's good because the game's being played in Los Angeles.
All right.
Would you have got that, Tausch?
I lost track of what the hell you're even talking about.
Thanks for listening. Question three.
No, I was listening, but I legit was thinking, all right, I know that Free is out in L.A., and he's joining us later. So then, essentially, it was just what city is the furthest west. So it took like four things to figure it out. So I knew it was Platteville, Driftless area, but it took me a while to get there, Jesse.
All right, Kevin, chance to go 3 for 3 here. Don't look now, but this one also has a World Cup twist. Which of these teams that qualified for the 2026 FIFA World Cup shares its name with a small Wisconsin town in Greene County? Okay, so lock into your Wisconsin map. Think about Greene County in your mind, which I'm not entirely sure where that is.
Tausch loves his counties.
Is that small Wisconsin town in Greene County named Panama, Jordan, or Senegal?
Wow.
That's what I
Let's go with B.
Jordan is the answer, Tausch. Do you agree or disagree?
I have no idea.
You've never been to Senegal, Wisconsin?
I was just going to say, I'm going to guess Senegal.
One of you is right. And it's Kevin.
Oh, sweet.
Well done.
Let's go.
3 for 3, Kevin.
Sometimes it's good to be. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good.
Yeah, the FIFA World Cup theme. An interesting way that Jesse chose to go about this today. Fun, though, and I'm glad you got all 3 right. That means you've got 4 entries into our drawing on Friday. Thanks for playing. Thanks for your loyalty to the show, and good luck in the drawing, buddy. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Love you guys. I love you guys.
Population just over 600 in Jordan, Wisconsin, a small town in Greene County.
And I assume Senegal, Wisconsin is just in a different county?
Senegal, Wisconsin does not exist.
What about the other one?
Panama, Wisconsin also does not exist.
Okay.
Just Jordan. Jordan and Norway.
You don't know that for sure. You think that they don't exist, but you don't know that for certain.
Panama's unincorporated. It's outside of Lodi.
I did look up all three of these to make sure that the other two did not exist. So I can say with how much certainty would I ever have? 94% certainty.
I was going to say, don't go too high.
That Panama and
Ty Summers,
Senegal do not exist. Right. Yes.
Okay, that is Wilde and Tausch trivia presented by Cousin Subs.
We must not have done a very good job yesterday of saying who got the Steinhoffel's 10-year sleeper. Because my good friend Suda, who is part of the coaching staff on 100.5 softball team that got a big win last night.
How many coaches do you have? You're like the Packers
with
now.
An interim manager last night, right? Was that the one?
No, I was down
the boss was
last
back.
week. I am again coaching tomorrow night without my daughter and wife on the staff,
no.
so I'm not sure
no ties
how
to the
this
team
is
at
all
all?
working.
Is Max going to help?
He umped last night, so we made it a family affair where he umped.
I feel like he
he's not
shouldn't be
helping
umping your
tomorrow night.
games, by the way. It seems like a
I
conflict
don't care
of
what
interest.
you feel when it comes to that. I'm sorry. I could give two rips if you don't think that's a good idea.
I mean, as the former umpire chairman of the Muskego Athletic Association, I feel like that's something you would try to avoid pretty actively. Having your son umpire
actively,
your
we
own
actually
game.
try to. I actually try to do the exact opposite because then he will actually come and watch a game, and he gets paid to do it, and he's a good ump. So I'd prefer having a good ump do it. But Jesse, don't irritate me.
Can I just say that was the most predictable thing that Jesse was going to say there, and then it was the most predictable thing that Tausch was going to respond with there.
You taking sunscreen over to the Fleur house today? So here's what I would say. Suda, who is an avid listener to our show, she didn't even know because we already gave the answers away, right? For yesterday.
Emmanuel
So
Wilson.
I wanna make sure
Wilson was the correct answer, yes.
Yep. E.
She asked me, she said, you didn't know that was A.J. Dillon? And I said, it wasn't A.J. Dillon. So we must not have done a very good job of explaining that.
No, we totally did.
I don't
want to cast aspersions in Suda's direction, but we did mention that we thought there were a lot of people that were guessing A.J. Dillon.
I will not stand for any Suda besmirchment on this show, just so you know.
I think she
tread
probably,
carefully.
I would guess, much like you on the show, was sort of half listening and maybe misheard that portion of the discussion.
She switched over to
or
get the
maybe
Rich
she
Eisen
thought
time.
A.J. Dillon played 14 years in the NFL.
Yeah,
well,
that's
that
what
was
happened.
also speaking of things that may have confused people.
Kevin and Waukesha, our big winner yesterday of the Steinhoffel Sleepers of the last 10 years. Congratulations to Kevin. And
not to be confused with Kevin in Milwaukee, who just got 3 right in trivia.
And congratulations to Tausch, who selected at random the number of the contestant yesterday, who was picked as our winner.
All right. I don't want to keep Homer waiting any longer. Let's get to Homer. He is next. And if you've been waiting for Buck's conversation, we will tackle that subject with him next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here, encouraging you to save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch to Everlight Solar. It's an exciting time of year as we get into the heart of the summer. And while that means more time in the sun, more time spent with friends and family, and more fun at home or traveling, it also means more money being spent to do all of those things. Well, if you're looking to save some cash, why not save money and help save the planet by making an energy switch to Everlight Solar? Our family made the switch to solar and we love it, but at first we weren't even quite sure where to start. That's when we met the great team over at Everlight Solar. From the very first conversation, they educated us on the benefits of solar while also helping keep the process simple. Join us in saving a ton of money and creating a greener environment for our family and the community by switching to solar. Learn more. Schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Buying a new vehicle should be exciting, and that's what Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb aims to do. That's why they vow to give you the better buying experience. Jim Rutledge here. I've had 3 better buying experiences at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, and I keep on going back because the experience and the Chevy is fantastic. So if you're looking for a buying experience you're going to want to repeat anytime you need a new or new-to-you vehicle, I recommend you make the short drive out to Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb, because you're only minutes away from a better buying experience at Simden Chevy in Mount Horeb.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Ben Bruss talking about our great friends at Road America. Turn your day into an experience at Road America. Just a short drive from Milwaukee and Green Bay, this legendary track offers more than just racing. Walk the grounds, explore every corner, and watch action from wherever you want. Kids 16 and under get in free with a paying adult at the gate. And on-site camping lets you stay all weekend. Trans Am is up next at Road America, coming June 26th through the 28th. Great food, great views, and non-stop action. Road America, where racing meets the outdoors. Check out roadamerica.com.
Madison School and Community Recreation's For Friends Golf Outing is on Wednesday, July 15th at the Oaks Golf Course. Hey, it's Jesse Nelson. Since 2003, the Friends of MSCR have raised over $690,000 to fund new programming, equipment, fee assistance, staff development, and more. You can support accessible recreation in Madison through sponsorship or by signing up for a foursome. Head to birdease.com/MSCR for more information and to register. That's birdease.com/MSCR.
Imagine the peace of mind knowing your home or business is safe 24/7. I'm Jeffrey Beckman, president of J&K Security Solutions, and we provide security you can trust. Serving Madison and southern Wisconsin, J&K Security Solutions offers state-of-the-art home and business security systems tailored to your needs. From video surveillance to home and business automation, to find out how J&K Security can help secure what matters most in your life, visit jksecurity.com.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
When you've been injured, you need a winning team on your side. Gruber Law Offices will fight for the results you deserve. Call Gruber Law Offices today, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
Homer on Wilde and Tausch is brought to you by Olson Toon Landscaping, helping homeowners and businesses across Dane County create and maintain outdoor spaces since 1997. Learn more and contact the team today at olsontoon.com.
Whatever you do, make sure you do it right. Whatever you do, make sure you do it right. You're making love or starting the schoolyard fight.
Joining us now on the Yingling Goat Hotline. 197 years, America's oldest brewery, and now in Wisconsin, DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. It is Steve the Homer Troop on Wilde and Tausch. Homer, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you? How's everybody?
Great. Thanks for asking. I love this new Homer that asks how we're doing.
It's clear I am dedicating my appearance today to FIFA, the greatest and strongest sports organization in the world. They have accomplished what even the NFL could not, and that is to make preseason games important, or people think they are. It is unbelievable what they've done. Meaningless games and fans going
in the World Cup
all over.
Yeah.
What?
Well, Homer, you didn't even add the most important part. I know Olson Toon is a partner of ours and of this segment. they also have done something that the NFL refuses to do for its players. FIFA forced these organizations to put grass, good old Olsen-tuned sod and turf, right down on these fields, or they wouldn't do it for their own players. So I can't even argue with you. And I'm not a soccer guy.
I'm not either. Soccer fans are the craziest. And all these cities, I would assume it benefits.
I love those boat rowers on the escalator. I think that is fantastic.
And again, they're doing this at a time when the games are meaningless. They expanded it to get more games. The games mean nothing. They expanded to make sure that the good teams don't lose. Now, if some good team loses in the first elimination round of 32, they'll come up with a different system. As the NBA years ago, the first round was just best of 3, and then the Lakers got upset, so they said, can't have that anymore. It's now best of 5, and now they've expanded it to best of 7. So watch the first round, because if somebody good loses in the first round of elimination at 32, the next World Cup will have an even different change. If not, they'll continue it this way because, baby, people buying dark.
And, Homer, they also added hydration breaks in air-conditioned buildings and got extra commercial. You're onto something here with FIFA being the king of all organizations. They corruptly,
and
allegedly,
corrupt.
got that. Yeah, they got all that stuff done out in Qatar and Doha and all that last World Cup.
And now, Tausch, I want to help you. This segment is to help you.
I don't know if I need
You said yesterday Giannis is the greatest Bucks player, and that is
he is.
wrong. No, it's not.
No, he
even
is.
close. He's done nothing other than be a longer player than Jabbar. Jabbar trumps Giannis in every category except length of time with the team. You want to pick one? League MVPs. Jabbar with more than Giannis in his 6 years. NBA championships. They each have one. Both were MVP. Jabbar also took them to the finals again. Take the 6 best years of Giannis, and they aren't as good as the only 6 that Jabbar played. Giannis has nothing other than he played longer, so he has the
loyalty. He had more loyalty.
Fine. Okay. Great. Go with that.
So you're saying Jabbar's 6 years? Hold up. You're saying Jabbar's 6 years are better and more impactful. How many stadiums did he build in Milwaukee?
For now, we're at stadiums and loyalty.
No, I'm asking. How impactful? The most important Buck, the greatest Buck, is Giannis.
It's not for Jabbar. The Bucks might have easily left after a few years. He created a level of excellence.
Instead he just left.
With an expansion team. What?
No, instead he just said, "The hell with it, I'm leaving."
2 champions and won one, and they brought in an incredibly number of great players from the Lakers, and the Bucks continued to be a player even after he left. The importance to the organization, Jabbar wins that as well.
Oh, Jason, you're Mr. Buck.
I didn't even look to that, but Giannis is still special. There's no question. And there are a number of great things to say about him. When you say he's the best Bucks player ever, you don't need to go there, and it's wrong. So
I just went there. I'm sticking with it.
I know. Yeah, you just do that. Yeah, you go with loyalty. The loyalty where he stayed long. Yeah, anybody's more loyal than Jabbar. But did Giannis not do the same thing Jabbar did, but just after more years?
That is true. Yes, because again, the Bucks do not trade Giannis Antetokounmpo if Giannis doesn't want to be traded. Let's just remember that.
And if they had a mistake, as Tausch has said properly, the mistake was in not trading him a year earlier.
Yeah, we're a year late and a dollar
just like
short.
Rodgers.
Yep.
But
Jason, Giannis or Kareem? Who you got?
Kareem.
Yeah. All right.
Sorry.
All right.
But this is it's unfair because Giannis is special in so many ways that Jabbar wasn't. Just don't throw in he's the best player. is a better player. Everything else, there's so
What
many
about-
things to love about Giannis.
Where do we put Oscar Robertson, who I saw was at the draft last night? They showed him on the broadcast.
He's very thin. I hope he's okay. Maybe he's on Milwaukee weight loss. I'll have to check. He looked really good. But.
Jeez. You're good. That's why you're the GOAT. That's why you're the GOAT, old boy.
Homer, so with the haul that the Bucks received in exchange for Giannis.
Well, do you think it was a haul,
I used the
Homer?
if I may, and I used the term haul loosely, and then the two picks that they made last night. How do you feel about where the Bucks roster now stands in the wake of the Giannis trade?
They did the best they could. You both alluded to it. They should have done it a year before. The key of everything will be the 2 picks in the draft. I wish they had gotten another pick, given how great this draft was in terms of its depth. But what's the question?
All right, let me rephrase.
Not any good. They're not. I judge it by if you win 50 games. It's going to take them at least 3 years to win 50 games, unless one of these 2 kids or both of them are very good. But they've done everything.
Do you keep Tyler Hero or do you trade him if you're running the Bucks?
If you can get something good, I was told, I thought they maybe would trade him to get another pick to move up or get a third pick. Yes, he's nothing. He's nothing. By the time they're good, if they're good, he's not going to be that important player. So if you get something, if you think he'll sell tickets, you keep him. But yeah, what did Wolf say? Like tilt the field.
He's not he's not a court tilter.
I think he said fart in the wind.
He did say that too. So they draft Braden. So they draft Braden Burries from Arizona, and then 3 picks later they take Nate Ament, who just so happened to
amen to that pick, huh?
Well, certainly that's what Jimmy Haslam was saying as a major Tennessee donor, and then lo and behold, they selected a Tennessee player.
I don't think that has anything
but he's
to
good.
do with it.
The key is the kid from Arizona, but the other kid could be good too.
Took Peyton Manning, maybe I would agree with you, but come on.
By the way, I want to address that because I'm not. Edens is still the man in charge. He's still the governor, and so anything that's done really is based on him. However, if there's an agreement that he's going to sell his portion to Haslam in the near future, he could be then.
Is there Bucks Insider? Is there?
Yes, I believe Edens will sell the team his portion within the next year. But that doesn't mean that he is speaking for Haslam with his opinion. Everything done now, until someone can prove otherwise, is based on Edens, not Haslam. So, but yes, I believe
certainly
Edens
doesn't
will be
feel
out
that way.
within a year. Well, I know, yes,
Doesn't
but
feel
I think I would agree.
Who was in charge? Hey, I know I have not read the Journal Sentinel article that Lori Nickel and Ozarski put together. It supposedly is really good. I'll get to that in a bit. But who was in charge that brought in Doc Rivers? Because I think you can make a really strong argument.
Edens.
That might have been one of the worst hires we've ever seen.
It was over. They just didn't like it served no purpose, just to try to keep Giannis happy.
How'd that work?
Doc Rivers is irrelevant because all that matters is the health of Giannis. He hasn't been healthy. Nothing else matters. So now,
so who hired Doc?
I mean, I think it's on Edens, but again, they're just biding time, filling time. Maybe it'll keep Giannis happy, and maybe they could somehow find a way. But Giannis was hurt. Could have brought in Red Auerbach. Could have brought in Phil Jackson. The team has failed in recent years because Giannis, first of all, wasn't healthy in the playoffs, and then in the past, this year. So there's nothing else would have mattered. They weren't as good as they should have been. And that's the issue now. Can Giannis stay healthy? That's the concern Miami should have.
Well, you don't care anymore, right?
I don't think so.
You don't care.
No, yeah, he's dead. He's dead to me. Yes. Oh yeah, don't care.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I know anytime anyone leaves, they're dead to you, and that's why.
Why would
I
care?
Yeah.
Why would I? How does it affect the Milwaukee Bucks? Now, if Miami's so good, they make it tougher for the Bucks. But I'm not sure the Bucks are going to be good enough that it really matters. But yes, once you've moved on, you're dead. Why would I care?
So
do I care about anybody
Homer,
else in Miami? No.
Why do you think this scenario? Because Giannis signed the Supermax, it won the championship, and then we make the Dame trade. Besides injury to Giannis, and I think part of this article, the parts that I saw, was Giannis never really fully understood the magnitude of being a superstar, and the Bucks didn't know how to treat a big-time superstar. That is where some of this fissuring of what this relationship turned out to be. What say you? What happened yesterday, what we all agree had to happen, why did it get to that point? Is it just because he got injured?
Yeah, but it goes back to, and I think this is Eden's, it goes back to getting rid of Bud and changing, not keeping Holiday and overreacting when in fact they shouldn't have changed anything. And because again it was a result of injuries to some degree, also the Middleton injury. But yeah, that was they should have just stayed with it, and they were unlucky. I mean, they didn't know Little was going to get hurt, but they should have not changed as early as they did the group from coach to players that won the title. And what they're saying could be true, but we don't know how much they gave in and did because of what Giannis wanted. Like Nick Nurse, I thought wanted to be the coach, was going to be the guy, and then Giannis said no, he wanted somebody who was a player. I don't even know if that's true. So their article could be 100% right, but I don't know what influence Giannis had that they gave him because they wanted him to sign again. But the injuries to Giannis were the biggest part, and overreacting when they should have just kept it going and seen what would happen.
Yeah, I'm sure there are both sides that could have done things differently. I just find it a little bit hard to believe that, like, the lead of Jim Ozarski's story is about how Giannis is in Phoenix and in a great mood, and then I'm assuming it's Wes Edens that he's referring to, walks into the locker room and his mood changes. And he's pissed because Wes Edens had said in March that either Giannis will sign the extension or we're going to trade him. Again, I find it less than believable that this is not as simple as Giannis was done here and he wanted to move on.
That's as simple as that. Yes, and that occurred before then. And my answer is the Bucks went out of their way to please Giannis, and at that point they had said, we've done all we can. To be fair to them, you have to look at all the things they did for Giannis before they got to that point. And when they believe, and if there's truth to the Knicks and last year, which makes sense to me, I mean, when did Giannis first make it clear privately that he wanted out? Seems like it was before Edens did that, right?
Yes. And again, the things that he said, and again, I don't have any relationship with him. I've never covered him. I've never spoken to him. But the social media posts that were not exactly transparent to how he may have really felt, and then this whole idea, my agent doesn't speak for me, all that stuff, I can't get on board with that. I can't.
Yeah. I mean, it's real simple. He's gone because he wanted out. Now, when did he want it, all that kind of stuff? And that's fine. And it was a great run, and they won a title. And
yeah,
I want the mural to stay up, but they need to add the other players. They need to add more players because if the guy does that, then leaves, you need to recognize the team as some degree along with him. I don't think the mural has any other players, does it?
I don't think so.
Because
Homer, thanks.
Sounds like honoring that championship.
Sounds like Kareem.
Kareem. Oscar Robertson.
If you did a mural, not a statue, yes, you need to have the other players other than Kareem. Somebody can work on that too. That would be good in that area. Nice idea. Thanks, Tausch.
We'll end it there. Thanks, Homer.
I do. Bye.
That is Steve the Homer True. We appreciate his opinions and insights. That is always enjoyable to get those from him. We'll get some more Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by Steinhoffels. Shop Steinhoffels America 250 sale. Save up to 30%, plus get a $250 MasterCard when you spend $2,999. Only at Steinhoffels.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yauk. Reporter for the Badger Observer Jake Kokorowski joined the jump around last Thursday, and he believes that 8 wins should be the benchmark for Wisconsin football.
I think it's possible. In fact, I think it should be the standard. They don't have Michigan. They don't have Ohio State. They don't have Oregon. I do feel Wisconsin's got a chance of getting to 8 wins. And there's always those games that, I mean, this is, for me, it's the year for Wisconsin. You know, can you go on the road to Penn State and get that win? What can you do against Notre Dame? So I think those are the kind of the big questions in year 4 for Luke Fickell.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon landscaping difference. Since 1997, Olson Toon has been transforming outdoor spaces across Dane County. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and maintenance, they're your one team for everything outdoors, keeping your property looking its best year-round. With experienced professionals and a collaborative approach, every project is built around your vision. Ready to elevate your space? Let's get started. Head to olsontoon.com today.
Mike, what's one of the most important questions people should be asking about metal roofing?
It should be who's doing the installation. It takes focus, precision, and technical experience. We'll answer all your questions.
After all, we are masters of metal roofing.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Sweta. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Sweta metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Sweta Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Need new tires? For a limited time at Zimbrick Honda, you can buy 3 tires and get the 4th for only $1. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Legends Line.
Brian Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Brust.
But we just wanted to have fun. You know, baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yingling Legends Line. Crack open a Yingling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Hello, I'm John Hayes, the owner of Goodman's Jewelers. It's been my pleasure to serve this community from this incredible store for over 4 decades. We stand upon high standards and classic traditions, pillars like honesty and integrity. Stop into Goodman's Jewelers, the longest-standing full-service jewelry store in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Did the Bucks pick the right trade for Giannis?
If I were John Horst, I would have preferred the Miami offer.
Continue reacting right here on Madison's home of the Bucks. 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
on. We'll kick off the 11 o'clock hour shortly. Thanks to Uncle Homer for sharing his thoughts. We'll talk a little more. I know there were more than a few of you that would have liked more discussion of the draft and where the Bucks sit now that the Giannis trade has at least quasi become official, right? Since the NBA at least acknowledged that the 13th pick made by the Heat was on behalf of the Bucks. So we'll get into that during the 11 o'clock hour. And then scheduled to appear at 11:15, America's soccer dad and Packers Hall of Famer Antonio Freeman, scheduled to appear to discuss his son Alex's journey and just what it's been like for him since we all are sports dads, and what a cool thing that he's experiencing right now. It's been fun to watch Free experience this with his son.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that this is more meaningful to Tonya than any of his own playing career. Super Bowl,
great question to ask him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm telling you what his answer is going to be.
Well, let's see if you're right. We'll find out in about 15 minutes. He's in L.A., where Game 3 of the group stage for the U.S. will be played against Turkey.
This is Minnesota. I think they're moving
Charities.
it to Minnesota.
Yeah, exactly.
They're moving it to Minnesota so you can go cover it.
But the truth of the matter is you don't have to hop on a plane to get to L.A. or board a cruise ship like Ron and the Key to feel like you've escaped. Your next getaway is waiting in Milwaukee at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Start with the stay. Biggest hotel rooms in Milwaukee. Nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And if you're hungry, you've got so many options. Dream Dance Steakhouse, Rock and Brews, The Marketplace, Canal Street Cafe, Cream City Coffee Company, and the place that I want to try, Rui Asian Kitchen. And if you're planning a wedding, a birthday, or an anniversary, their event spaces are built to make it unforgettable. Sophisticated relaxation, incredible flavor, a full night out all in one place. That's Potawatomi Casino Hotel. We'll kick off the 11 o'clock hour in 2 minutes. So stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tosher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy-to-use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
This is Badger basketball coach Greg Gard.
Wisconsin wins the Big Ten.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by ESPN Wisconsin's annual State of the Packers show, a comprehensive look at where things stand for the green and gold heading into the 2026 season. Join hosts Alex Strofe, Gabe Neitzel, and Jason Wilde live from Summerfest this Saturday, noon to 3 on 100.5 ESPN and on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. The future for the Milwaukee Bucks starts now. And by now, I mean last night. And by last night, I mean in the 2026 NBA Draft first round. The Bucks with picks 10 and unofficially 13 from the Miami Heat. The Bucks selecting Braden Burries with the 10th overall pick, a guard from Arizona, and with the 13th pick with the rights from Miami, Nate Ament, a forward from Tennessee. Check out what ESPN's NBA draft experts say about those two selections, along with more commentary on last night's loaded draft over at ESPN.com. The draft continues with round 2 tonight in Brooklyn at 7 o'clock on ESPN. Baseball, Brewers 2-0 winners over the Cincinnati Reds last night. 6 innings, 1 hit, no walks, 10 strikeouts for Brandon Sproat on the mound.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
I think I'm going to bring that up when I talk to Matt LaFleur, assuming that does not end up getting rescheduled today. What a memory. And I'm so glad I get to relive it every single day leading up to our 10th anniversary. His inaugural appearance on this here program. Man, that was bad. That was bad. Hopefully free will be good. We look forward to talking to him. He is scheduled to appear in a little while to discuss his son Alex and their journey together as the U.S. men's national team has advanced to the knockout round regardless of what happens against Turkey in their group stage finale. Tausch, let's touch back on the Giannis discussion briefly. I sent you that the entirety of that story from Jim Ozarski. I have not had time to read the full thing either. It is very much a deep dive, so you'll have to set aside some time to read it. But the chapter is closed. How long before we're kind of past the discussion of him? Because it was wall-to-wall coverage, obviously, yesterday.
Yeah, it's getting close. I think probably end of the week, and then it'll just be kind of just a memory. And the world moves on, and this too shall pass, and then it'll be what's next, because that's just kind of the way sports goes.
I had a few people who know more about basketball than me, and then I saw something from Michael Wilbon on PTI. You always like to talk about Eddie Lacy, and the league comes at you fast. And they basically all said the same thing in a different way, which is Giannis's dominant performance in the postseason was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think, and I am definitely guilty of this, because when I think of Giannis, that's what I think of. And I saw, everybody's doing these different videos on their newscasts, and there's the Valley-oop, and there's the block, and there's all these great moments. And obviously I'm not there on a Tuesday night against Memphis, although I did have Taylor Jenkins' butt in my face when I did sit courtside in David Gruber's seats. I'm very curious to see what Giannis, as a member of the Miami Heat, looks like health-wise and production-wise. He's going to turn 32 in December. I had multiple people say that they believe that the Bucks are going to lose the PR battle but win the trade. And I said, I don't know if I can get on board with that, but I can see why you're arguing that. Do you see it the same way?
I don't know if anybody won this PR battle. The Bucks organization looks not great. Giannis, his last 2 years here don't look great. And when you lose, it all goes sour. That's just how this works. So PR battle be damned. I think that's probably after, a couple weeks. That's all over. Who's going to win the trade? I think right now Miami, if they can put shooters around like Evan Cohen thinks they can, and they got Bam and Giannis, and if Giannis stays healthy, I think Miami will be good. Mm-hmm. They're going to be good enough to win a championship? Nah. And if they don't win a championship, what is it worth? Is Giannis that excited to go down to Miami? I don't sense that was what this is about. But it's not like that's a tailor-made team to go win. And now they gave up a lot to kind of rebuild around Giannis. The pressure's on Giannis to do it in the next 3 years. And if I was a betting man, I would say it took 13 years to get him one in Milwaukee when he was in his prime and he was healthy. How's that going to work in the next 3 or 4? He has put on a lot of hard miles.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't highway miles, man. He is out on the dirt roads, and he's in the gravel pits. And he is working. He has put himself through it. Whether or not he can withstand that for 3 or 4 more years, I don't know. I have no ill will, but I don't see it. And I think you're right, whoever your buddy is that told you this. I don't think that means the Bucks are going to win the trade, but I don't think you're also going to be in a spot where you're going to be wanting to 4 and 5 years spending $85 million a year and limiting what else you can do, especially when you've just had 2 years of doing this, and it's been just one anxious-filled, don't lose him. Well, you didn't really gain much by it anyways. So I think in the long run, I think the Bucks franchise is getting itself back. They're going to reset, and hopefully they know what the hell they're doing. And I think the Miami Heat are going to be getting a tenacious, ferocious competitor, but I don't know how much is he going to be able to do what he wants to do. That's the big question.
Tausch, tell us about AmFam so we can get the free.
Well, they've been a proud partner of Wilde and Tausch from the jump, and since 1927, they've been committed to making life better. And I can appreciate that. In football, you build something that lasts by protecting what matters most. It's no different at home. With the right home and auto coverage from American Family Insurance, you've got protection you can count on, so you're free.
Nice.
Get where I said that? Yeah, I knew you'd like that.
Really good.
To focus on your family and Free's family and the dreams of being a big-time player and winning a championship and being in the Packer Hall of Fame that you're chasing. So insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
Put in some extra time getting that read ready today?
Not bad.
Nope.
Not bad.
Nope.
America's soccer dad, the Packers Hall of Famer and Tausch's former teammate, Antonio Freeman, scheduled to appear next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tosher here for Olson Toon. Well, first impressions matter, and your outdoor space is often the first thing people see. And since 1997, Olson Toon has been helping homeowners and businesses across Dane County create and maintain outdoor spaces. From landscaping and concrete to excavation and year-round maintenance, they're your team for everything outdoors. Ready to elevate your property? Contact Olson Toon today and learn more at olsontoon.com. Creating lasting impressions every season, every day. That's the Olson Toon difference.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
A strong team makes all the difference, and Everlight Solar just expanded theirs. Everlight now offers roofing and exterior services for homeowners dealing with storm damage. From the first call to the final repair, Everlight quickly handles everything under one roof. When your roof takes a hit, you've got a team behind you. Start today at everlightroofing.com. That's everlightroofing.com. Everlight, powering through any storm. A proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best high school sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
This 4th of July, crack open something made for the red, white, and blissful. The new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety 8-pack is here just in time for America's 250th birthday, featuring 4 nostalgic flavors: strawberry, cherry, grape, and apple. It's the taste of backyard barbecues, fireworks at dusk, and long summer weekends packed into every can. This Independence Day, bring the nostalgia and bring the bliss with the new Americana Backyard Bliss Variety Pack from Carbliss. Available now at your local retailer or online at drinkcarbliss.com.
Hi, this is Lee.
inviting you to Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. We got a great happy hour every day of the week from 4 o'clock to 7, and our patio during the summer is open too. If you're getting married, special occasion, a birthday, anniversary, or even a business meeting, we've got all the accommodations right here at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. You work hard and sometimes you're not sure what you want to do, where you want to spend your money. I want to encourage you to come into Ruth's Chris Steakhouse and say hello. It'd be a pleasure to meet you.
One of the traditions of the green and gold offseason, State of the Packers, is coming to you this Saturday, live from Summerfest from noon until 3. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. Join Jen Gabe Chewy's Gabe Neitzel, 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year and Packers beat reporter Jason Wilde, and me as we go position by position. Where do the Packers stand ahead of training camp in the 2026 season? 3 straight hours on the Green Bay Packers from noon until 3 this Saturday on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Badger fans, Camp Randall is calling, and this fall, you call the shots. Enjoy the 2026 season your way with a 2 or 3 game mini pack. Whether it's the homecoming game against Michigan State or the battle for the axe against Minnesota, save up to $10 per game for the matchups that matter most to you. Don't wait, inventory is limited. Secure your Wisconsin football mini pack today by visiting uwbadgers.com or calling 1-800-GO-BADGERS on Wisconsin.
Mark Tusher here for Chalmers Jewelers. I've been a big fan of Scott Garrett and the whole team at Chalmers Jewelers for years now. I go there, my friends go there, and most importantly, my wife loves it whenever I get her something from Chalmers Jewelers. It's my go-to spot for birthdays, anniversaries, and any special occasion. For quality jewelry and a great experience, choose Chalmers Jewelers, the place to go for that perfect gift. Stop at Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton and Madison.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison. Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Joining us now on the Yingling Legends line, and he is undeniably a Packers legend. DG Yingling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. Tausch gives me a hard time about how many people are on the list of my favorite players that I've ever covered. This guy is in the top of the top of that
your
list.
Yep, he's the top of your list.
Last time I saw him, we were both outside the Boston Celtics locker room at Fiserv Forum. He was waiting for his childhood friend, Sam Cassell, an assistant on that staff. Sydney and I were waiting for her guy, Drew Holiday. Only one player has ever demonstrated, wearing only a jockstrap, how to get off jam coverage in the Packers locker room to me, and that is this guy. His second year in the NFL was my first year covering the team. And now he is America's soccer dad. It is Antonio Freeman on Wilde and Tausch. Free! How are you, my man?
Man, I'm great, man. I'm doing well. Just sitting here watching some surfing, man. You know, just watching some surfing and enjoying some morning tea.
You have been everywhere, and rightfully so. I am just glad, because I have had your phone number for almost 30 years. I'm just glad your phone still works, because it overheated in Seattle, right? Because you got so many messages when Alex scored his goal.
Yeah, the messages started coming from the injury. You know, 2 minutes prior, he was laid out motionless.
Right.
And a lot of the text messages were saying, like, man, I remember those days when that was you. And I'm like, wow, well, thank you. And, you know, just sitting there motionless, it started blowing up. And then 2 minutes later, he makes a goal, and I have 470-plus text messages alone.
Well, I'm glad I circled back. And look, I've seen your toughness up close. You played with a busted forearm. You played with a broken jaw, so I know he got a little bit from you. But take us through this journey. I mean, everyone's talking about it. Everyone's writing about it. I'm not sure many of us, though, covered you as much as I did and were teammates like Tausch was with you. We're just so thrilled for you. What has this been like from your perspective so far, and how excited are you for the journey still ahead?
It's been great. The journey started about 5 years ago. He got selected to come to Orlando City Academy, and he just grew from there. From age 15, he just put his head down, did the work. He's very conscious of working out and being accountable and being a good teammate and all of those great things and those great characteristics. And man, the ride just been great. It's been fast. I mean, I have been telling people, hey, my son plays soccer. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. And this last 18 months, he just took off. And he created his own path, getting the chance to go over to play in one of the toughest soccer leagues in the world, in the La Liga League, and play for Villarreal. And now get selected to play in the U.S. FIFA World Cup. I happened to be in Villarreal, Spain, when he got the email that he was going to be selected to the team. So that was a great moment for a father and son as well. And man, he just keeps being tremendous, keeps being great. And man, he just keeps showing everybody that he's not just Antonio Freeman's son, that he is really Alex Freeman.
How did you know anything about soccer? Like before all this, or like, I'm being serious. Like, how did he end up? If you mentioned it because I think it's important. Found his own path. I don't know if he played football, American football before, but from your perspective, I'm guessing you would have loved it if I would get out and coach flag football and do all that. And he found soccer. So where's your kind of knowledge base on it? Where is it at now?
Well, my knowledge base now is probably about 75 to 80%. My soccer knowledge, when he gave me when he told me that he wanted to play soccer full time at the age of 12 or 13, was probably 5%. So I've advanced 70%, watching him. The problem was he was a winger early on. So I was watching him. I wasn't watching the game. I didn't even know what offsides was. But later in his career, he became a right fullback. So now I'm watching my son. I tell you, I only watch my son now. I'm watching my son, and now I can see the invisible offsides line in the back line, and I'm like, man, it's been 5 years trying to figure out what an offsides is, and all they had to do was just move my son back there, and it all made sense. So it's been a journey, just knowing the game, understanding the game. But he's been great. He's been great. He's helped me out along the way. He's given me little pointers. I think the language of soccer is my biggest obstacle at this point in time. I understand what I see, but sometimes the language still throws me off a little.
Talking with Alex Freeman's dad on Wilde and Tausch, which I think is a pretty good title. Now, Brian Bulaga, who you missed, you were gone before he came along in Green Bay, but he is a huge soccer fan, and unlike Tausch, he understands offsides. But he was mentioning that the Miami program decided that Alex wasn't good enough, and that's how he ended up in Orlando. And he watches a lot of Orlando games, so he was already a fan of Alex before everything has transpired. Is like you were a third-round pick from Virginia Tech. You weren't just some first-round guy. Like, take us through the journey that he went through and how much maybe he leaned on you on how to overcome the disappointment and adversity to become one of the best in the game.
Well, he got selected to play for Western Academy, which was a huge accomplishment in South Florida. If you play for Western Academy, that's a big, big deal. And it turns out he got an opportunity to try out for Inter Miami. I actually attended the workouts. I didn't actually think they had enough film on him throughout the workout because there was so many kids that I don't really think that he got a fair share to really show his talent. And one of his friends made the team. He made the tryout, and afterwards he was just so disappointed. You know, you can imagine a 15, 16-year-old with their head down, just distraught. And all I could tell him is, hey, don't worry. We're going to keep working. We're going to keep sawing at this wood, and we're going to chop this tree down. We're going to get another opportunity, and when that opportunity comes next time, we're going to be ready. I was just being a dad. I was just talking. I didn't know that Orlando City was going to call less than 2 months later and give him an opportunity to go three hours away down the road. I was just being a dad, but that opportunity came, and he's a guy that he learns from his mistakes and just his work ethic and everything that he was determined from that point on. He didn't miss any workouts. He didn't miss any opportunity to get better or train with any other pro athletes. He missed out on time with his friends at the beach, at birthday parties and so on. But he was determined from that moment on that he was going to be great and succeed. And from there, man, he just wrote his own story. He went to Orlando. I think they won the national championship, U17 group. And, you know, he got his opportunity to play, and he was ready. You know, we always talk about be ready when your opportunity comes. And as I look through the last 18 months, he's handled that with greatness, man. He's been ready for every opportunity that's come his way, and that's why he was able to make the big leap and now become a household name. So to Tausch's point from earlier, and look, back in Baltimore, you were a basketball player too. Now let's not sleep on your basketball game. But did he play some football growing up and then gravitate to soccer when he was 11 or 12, or how did it kind of go? Because when you do have a dad who played in the NFL, people are going to ask you about your love of football, not about, say, Tausch's son Max's hockey career or baseball careers. Like there is an expectation. Did he play some and then just gravitate to soccer? Well, soccer was the first sport that he played. I think he was 4 or 5 years old. The funny thing about this, Wilde and Tausch, is he played tackle at like age 6. But then there was this big awareness about concussions and the awareness of concussions in football. And he never played tackle again. He played flag football after playing tackle first. He played some basketball. He was on the 8th grade team with Dallas Turner, who's now a big-time defensive end for the Minnesota Vikings. He went to American Heritage, where the football coaches at American Heritage were Aronde Gadsden, Pat Surtain, Jeff Dellenbach, a plethora of former NFL coaches that coached his team at high school. So their question to me was always, hey, Free, when you going to let Alex come out and play, man? I can take care of him, man. We'll put him at the slot. We'll do this. When is Alex going to be able to play football? And that was the constant question each and every time I saw those guys on the American Heritage campus. And I had to tell him one day that, hey, he's going to play soccer. And everyone was like, soccer? Oh, man. And look at us now.
Free, can you take us in, because soccer, as you just put it so eloquently, the fans. I love all of the countries coming in and the rowing the boat up the escalator. Can you what are we as American, well, you guys, American soccer fans, what is kind of our deal? Because we see all the European and everybody else doing their thing. Give us a little taste of what it's like in the stadium.
It's amazing. I mean, it was great for a while because I could walk in and root for my kid and no one would know who I am. But now it's like, you're Freeman's dad. You're Alex Freeman's dad. And once you get into those stadiums, Tausch, man, it's something like I've never seen before. Like, it's electric, man. It's just cultural. It's just like one country against another. But the U.S. fans have really been showing up at this FIFA World Cup. Now, back a year ago when they played in the Gold Cup, we were outnumbered as fans by every other country. But our fans have really come out for this FIFA World Cup. It looks amazing inside of the stadium. Not only are they showing up, they're loud. They're making their presence felt. And trust me, you and I know as former players, Tausch, as players, we feed off of that, and we hear you when you're cheering that loud.
Tausch, I don't want to steal your question because I think it's the best question, and I don't want to run out of time with Free. So would you be kind enough to ask this now? Because I'm eager to hear his response.
All right, Free. I know what your answer is going to be, but I just love this story. What has brought you more joy? Your professional career and winning a Super Bowl and being a Packer Hall of Famer, or watching your kid live out his dreams right in front of you right now?
Well, I got to be real, because you two guys know me all too well. So for me to sit here and say, "Oh, I didn't have a lot of fun during my days," I had a lot of fun, man. And,
we know you did.
I had a lot of fun during my days, and it impacted a lot of people. You know, I was able to share those moments with family members and friends and things of that nature. So at the time then, man, it seemed like that was the best time ever. The winning a Super Bowl, you know, nothing will ever replace that. I mean, that's a total team effort. And that's what our fans want. But, man, watching my son potentially be greater than me, better than me, a better person than me, a better athlete than me. I mean, nothing can top that. I mean, even though my personal success helped set up this situation for him to be great, man, there's no joy. The pressure off when I get on the airplane now, when I check into my hotels and things that there's no bubble guts. I'm not nervous for the game, but the minute the game starts, all of that stuff comes back. I got the bubble guts. I'm sweating. I'm nervous. The hair's on my arm. I'm crying. I got my black shades on. So, man, this is really, really exciting. And I can only imagine how my parents and family members got to feel as they went on the journey to watch us go back-to-back Super Bowls.
Talking with America's soccer dad and, oh, by the way, a Packers Hall of Famer and the best wide receiver in football at one point in his career, Antonio Freeman, on Wilde and Tausch. All right, so Tausch's son Max is a good hockey player. He's a good baseball player. His daughter Eleanor is a good gymnast, a good softball player. Obviously, you and Alex, you know, obviously in the case of my daughters, thankfully they have great athleticism from Paula. So I am curious how much it does for you, though. It's not only watching him, but, like, yes, the genetics, right? You guys, your kids got lucky. They've got former professional NFL players for dads. That's a good thing to have in your bloodlines. But your experiences as an athlete, I think, are almost even more valuable. Like, you went through a lot, man. Like, you played hurt all the time. You went through, obviously, waiting for your opportunity in Green Bay. The opportunity comes, and you big-time seize it, right? I mean, you guys win that second Super Bowl. You're the Super Bowl MVP of that game. I was there. We voted, right? So how much does your journey and what you learned as an athlete, not the DNA part, but what you did, how much do you think that has helped, Alex? And how do you choose your spots on when to kind of give him advice and when to say, hey, I can't be that guy and be telling him stuff all the time. He's got to go on his own journey.
You know, from the beginning, I told him, I said, man, I'm going to be your fire pole. In case of emergency, I'm always here. But I want him to have and enjoy the same experience, the same innocent experience that I had as a professional athlete. You know, and Tausch, you know, there's a lot of ups and downs and highs and lows. And I don't want to be that dad to say, don't do. You got to do this. You got to do that. You know, he's been in love and he's been training as a professional for 6 years now. So he knows how to train. He knows how to prepare. And I just want to always be there. I always tell him, like, listen, I want to let you have fun. I want to let you enjoy this platform that you've created. But if you ever don't think twice, I'm always here from you. I'm just a call away. And, man, he's just done a phenomenal job of really attaching himself to the veterans, something I taught him and I asked him to do. I said, when you're around these veterans and they're accomplished, Be the kid that asks a bunch of questions, that's getting on their nerves. I say you can never ask enough questions for these veteran, more accomplished players because that's where you want to be and that's your journey. So I often tell him, just ask questions. Don't be afraid to be that one that gets on everybody's nerves because you're asking a lot of questions. And, I'm just here for him. Like I said, I don't want to crowd him. I don't want to be the dad that's always popping up on the scene. I want to give him space, and I want him to enjoy himself. After practice out here in L.A., he texts me every day pretty much and says, hey, where are you? And I tell him, hey, man, go hang out with your friends. Go have a ball, man. This is memorable moments. Some people will never get these moments back, so enjoy it. And that's what I try to tell him. Just like I text you the other day, man, be great, have fun. If you can do those two things, Alex, you'll be okay because your pedigree and your work ethic is what's gotten you here already.
That leads into my final question so we can let you go, but I am required, since we don't talk enough soccer on this show, I am here to tell you that this soccer update is brought to you by Discount Liquor. Stop by their Milwaukee or Waukesha locations for all your tailgating needs. All right, now, I obviously... I joke about the Jam coverage joke, but that's a true story. And you and I, we are friends, which you were so important to me. We were both young guys on each side of the equation of me being a young beat writer and you being a young player. So I have followed all of this. I've read every word that's been written everywhere. I'm so happy for you and Alex. My favorite thing I saw, though, was in this story, and it leads into what you were just talking about with the young guys, because you were a young guy in 95 and 96.
Yeah.
And you talking about, you used the phrase heartwarming in this ESPN story about seeing all the older guys wrapping their arms around the youngest player on the team, who is Alex Freeman. And we always talk so much about team chemistry and all that, and you guys had it in 96, and Tausch had it in 2010. But when you saw that, and you saw the older guys putting their arms around your son, what did that tell you about what this team is made of and what kind of character it has?
I'm fortunate enough to be able to have spent some time their hotel visiting Alex, and man, I can tell you, man, the team camaraderie is amazing. Like the families, we come from all different walks of the world and all different states in the world. And when we see each other, it's like we've known each other forever. I mean, just the contagiousness of how those guys play for one another, care for one another, and seem to love one another. You see it out there on the field. The way these guys are moving, man, they're flying up and down the field. They're not thinking. They're moving fluid. And that's just a testament to what I see when I'm able to be around these guys. And I see everyone, all 26 guys just loving on each other, just being accountable and being around each other. You get some teams where you got big shots who they drift off and do things. These guys are always together, spending time together. And, man, the camaraderie in there is heartwarming. And you touched on it. Early in my career, I needed that from the veterans in my locker room because I was the youngest guy in the locker room potentially. So, man, it's just heartwarming to see just how well they take to Alex and how well Alex gets along with everyone. And the coaches say great things. And as a parent, that's what you want, man. You want your kid to be a great teammate, and you want coaches to say great things about him. And that's just definitely what I'm hearing.
Well, we are so happy for you, but more importantly, so happy for Alex. And we hope that this continues rolling the way it is. And look, I know you've been pulled in a million directions. It means a lot to Tausch and me that you made time for us. Thanks so much, Free, and keep it rolling. This is so much fun to watch.
Thank you. You're my guys. And go, Pack, go, USA. Let's get this done, baby.
There it is.
Yeah, Free.
There it is. Oh, just like after a touchdown, that is the Free shake. So... That's it for oh God, that was fun. It's so great to catch up with Free. We'll recap that next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and all summer long, you know what beverage you'll find in my hand when enjoying some time outdoors. That'll be the cool, refreshing taste of an ice-cold Coors Light. At a baseball game in Milwaukee, grilling in the backyard, out on the golf course, every experience goes from good to great with a Rocky Mountain cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged, so it's actually made to chill. The mountains on Coors Light's cold-activated bottles and cans turn blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection, which besides the refreshing taste is my favorite thing about drinking Coors Light. Refreshingly cold and only 102 calories, Coors Light is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
You're listening to 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joseph Henningsen with Stoughton Health Ortho Team Clinic. I specialize in joint pain and joint pain surgery, specifically hip and knee replacement, including second-time surgery for hip and knee replacement.
Learn more at orthoteam.com.
Get ready for the ultimate Saturday night at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Join us for the all-new Queen of Hearts drawing at 4, 6, 8, and 10 p.m. This is your chance for royal glory. When your name is drawn, choose the right card and you could win a life-changing jackpot, up to $150,000. The longer the Queen stays hidden, the bigger the jackpot grows. Let's Hard Rock with the Queen of Hearts only at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or text ILGAMB to 833-234.
Summer is the time to enjoy the outside. Enjoy the deck, the patio, the fire pit, the shade, the screen room, the in-ground pool. Enjoy all of it in your own backyard. Outdoor Living Unlimited is Wisconsin's top TimberTech decking installer and can deliver a design and build your next maintenance-free deck with a custom screen room and automated pergola. To get started, stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited's amazing Madison showroom and visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com. Let's build that new backyard with Outdoor Living Unlimited.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Paul Hansen here, founder of Iron Jock. Worried about the heat this summer? Don't sweat it. Our gear is made for real life. Iron Jock apparel combines moisture wicking with superior cooling and advanced odor-fighting silver ion technology that eliminates 99.9% of odor causing bacteria, so you are fresh for whatever's next. Our focus is simple. Make apparel that performs hard no matter where you are or what you are doing. Visit us at ironjock.com to experience the difference.
Mike, what's one of the most important questions people should be asking about metal roofing?
It should be who's doing the installation. It takes focus, precision, and technical experience. We'll answer all your questions.
After all, we are masters of metal roofing.
I'm Mike.
And Mary Sweta. Enjoy the long-lasting architectural strength and beauty of a Sweta metal roof.
SWITA metalroofing.com.
Sweta Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level this offseason? GRB Rays Youth Fall Baseball is built for player development, giving athletes the reps they need to improve. With 2 practices each week and games on Sundays, players stay sharp and keep growing all fall long. And more importantly, the opportunity to elevate their skills when it matters most. Don't just maintain, get better. Register for this fall now at rays.grbacademy.com. That's rays.grbacademy.com.
Did the Bucks pick the right trade for Giannis?
If I were John Horst, I would have preferred the Miami offer.
Continue reacting right here on Madison's home of the Bucks, 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
Thanks again to Alex Freeman's dad, Antonio, for joining us from Los Angeles as the U.S. men's national team continues its World Cup run. And all kidding aside, Discount Liquor is a great partner of Wilde and Tausch and of ESPN Wisconsin. We're appreciative of them, so I'm glad we could do a soccer update brought to you by Discount Liquor. Stop in at their Milwaukee and Waukesha locations for all your tailgating needs.
Going to be hard to top that one.
Yeah, that was fun. And having grown up in Milwaukee, my parents shopped there all the time back in the day. Look, I think we're all, for Tausch and me, Jesse, someday you'll be in this boat too. Like, you want to accomplish everything you can, but there's nothing better than being able to see your kids accomplish things. And this is on a grand scale. So he's just oozing joy and excitement. And it's cool to be part of that. And we're extremely appreciative to him. Obviously, Tausch has a lot of history with him, and so do I. But he's been pulled in a million directions, and he's done a lot of interviews, and we appreciate him making time for us. All right. Thanks again to Free, and we will wrap things up.
Bombshell announcement coming up next.
Oh! Can't wait to hear it.
Yeah.
It's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the Packers.
There's more question marks now.
Because we're on Wisconsin sports.
There's just more uncertainty with this group than there was even pre-Micah last year.
Nobody covers the green and gold like 100.5 ESPN.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust. Well, happy birthday, Zimbrick Chevrolet. That's right. Zimbrick Chevrolet is celebrating 61 years in business. Celebrate with special savings now through July 6th, including receiving a $150 gas card with any new or used vehicle purchase and an additional $500 on your trade. Plus, you might have some big travel plans coming up this summer. And as always, stop to see the service team at Zimbrick Chevy before you go on a big summer road trip so you can enjoy your time on the road and not worry about the inner workings of your vehicle. Voting is on now for the Best of Madison 2026. Vote for Zimbrick in the home and auto category at madisonmagazine.com/BOM. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute.
This Badger Minute brought to you by the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Available in the Apple and Android app stores. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app today.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Yout. Reporter for the Badger Observer Jake Kokorowski joined the jump around last Thursday, and he believes that 8 wins should be the benchmark for Wisconsin football.
I think it's possible. In fact, I think it should be the standard. They don't have Michigan. They don't have Ohio State. They don't have Oregon. I do feel Wisconsin's got a chance, of getting to 8 wins. And there's always those games that, this is, for me, it's the year for Wisconsin. Can you go on the road to Penn State and get that win? What can you do against Notre Dame? So I think those are the kind of the big questions in year 4 for Luke Fickell.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't play games. Just straightforward pricing, premium quality, and trusted Pella certified installation. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability, making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Experience the future of recovery at Carbon World Health. They've brought Escape Robotic Massage to Madison, the world's first AI-powered, fully automated therapeutic massage that's customized to your body every time. Using advanced body scanning, Escape maps your muscles and delivers precision-calibrated pressure to release tension, reduce inflammation, and accelerate recovery. Book your Escape session at Carbon World Health and feel what the future of wellness really feels like. Carbon World Health, your body optimized.
The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise. From our family to yours, roofing, windows,
window, siding, gutters, and doors. Your solution-based company, community strong and service that will please. Get a free estimate today. The Exteriors Company, built for Wisconsin, backed by expertise.
This is our crew.
Adding a guy like Scuba would certainly make you a better team. I do think that would make them a World Series contender because I think they are right now.
You're listening to Madison's home of the Brewers, 100.5 ESPN.
Obviously a very busy day here on Wilde and Tausch, but before we can call it a day, we certainly need to hear our 10th anniversary celebratory one call, that's all, congratulatory message presented by our friends at Gruber Law Offices.
Sounds like someone's here to celebrate with us.
10 years with 10 this show? Oh my gosh, what a run.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is presented by Steinhoffels.
Greatest show on ESPN Wisconsin, period.
And this celebratory message is brought to us by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey guys, Janet in Pittsburgh here to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Wilde and Tausch. I've been listening since day one, and I still remember where I was when I heard iconic show moment, iconic like the Cindy Crawford interview, the original Brett Favre Love You Guys, and the Does Soap Clean Itself debate. I've stuck around for the great entertainment and great Packers insight, and I love that you let us fans be a part of it sometimes. So thank you for your service, and congratulations on 10 years. Wish I could see you guys at Steelers training camp, but as luck would have it, I'll be trading in my moniker and becoming Janet in Seattle in July. Love you guys.
What?
News!
Wow. Hey, when is she getting married, Jason? When is she getting married?
Yeah, my understanding is she is already married. So congratulations on your nuptials, which apparently are part of why you're leaving for Seattle, I would assume, as you two build your life in the Pacific Northwest. Congratulations. I will say this, even though I did get that information wrong a while back. I think Jana and Jackrabbit Mama and Levi, it really is important to us that you feel like you're part of this. Like, there are certainly shows where I feel like and I, not on our airwaves, but I have listened to enough radio where you feel like you're just being talked at, and we want you to be part of this. And Jana and everyone else who's been part of this during our 10 years, we do appreciate it, and it does mean a lot to us. But Jana in Seattle, is that going to affect her listenership? Like, that's as
morning
as
show
I had to
now.
explain to Free, that's 2 hours behind us out there on the West Coast, which means obviously, is she really going to be 7 to 10 listening to us out in Seattle?
Jesse, I have a question. So we have a good Pittsburgh contingent. Obviously, now the Steelers have a big Green Bay contingent. What is Jana's husband's name? Because there's also a Cody out in Pittsburgh. Is that her husband? Because her husband also has, I think, been on the show, or we've at least talked about it.
Now, hang on. There's a Colby and a Cody.
Cody, and maybe a Casey? I feel like there's at least 3 or 4 pretty regular Pittsburgh.
We care so much about our fans, we don't know who they are.
TJ.
No, I know who they are. I'm just... Jana obviously has been an A1 day oneer, and now she's leaving, and that's great breaking news.
Yeah,
that she's letting us in on.
Well, congratulations on your move to the Pacific Northwest. It's a month away, apparently. She's moving in July. July's just
Jesse, do you reach out to folks, or are they reaching out to you to shout out?
A little bit of both. I'd say this.
Okay.
If you're a fan interested in leaving a message, you can always text 844-770-3776. Let me know you're interested, and we can see if we can work some things out. How about that?
Okay. Sounds good.
We have some other special ones ready to go, though, so don't worry. There's no shortage of these throughout the summer. There's plenty ready to go from
so far
a lot of our friends.
So far, we're 4 of these in? We got Jocko, we got Levi, we got Jana,
Jeff Levering,
we got Levo. Am I missing anyone?
Dan Kelly, of course.
Oh, yeah, Dan Kelly. How could I forget Dan Kelly?
And I have a few more ready to go. I don't want to say any more because I don't want to spoil any surprises.
So you need to add more, though?
Oh, there are several ready to go that we're going to, we roll them out week by week.
But we still have room for more.
Oh, and Dan, by the way, Dan, I talked to Dan yesterday. He is good. Obviously, with the Packers changing the training camp schedule and my vacation, I'm not going to be up at Dream Drive this year. He did say he would be a special consultant that day if you guys needed it. So
Excellent.
Take that for what it's worth.
And I can discuss further my potential time as a professor. All right, that is it for us today. We will do it again tomorrow. Thanks to everybody who contributed, including Jana.
Congrats, Jana. Congratulations. Not yet. Not yet.
Soon to be.
We'll do it again tomorrow. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are